But tonight we're going to be talking about Mailing Boss, and I'm really excited, you guys, because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually start from the very, very beginning. So I'm going to start as a brand new person that is creating an account and then jumping in and creating a website that is an opt-in so that people can join the mailing list and get on their email list. And I'm going to have a few emails that will actually go out to them when they winked out a little bit there, but this is one of the most basic things you can do when you join Builderall and you start taking advantage of what you can do with Builderall, which is to start building an email list, right? Anybody here know the importance of an email list? Yeah, the money's in the list, right? The money is in the list. And you want to make sure that that's usually, you know, a place where you need to be when you're starting your business is, well, you need to start somewhere. Let's go ahead and start building an email list. So that's kind of how we're going to look at it today, is a brand spanking new person that is kind of looking at Builderall going, what the crap and where do I start? And that's where we're going to get them started, is let's go ahead and build a basic website, start collecting emails and have a few emails go out to them. So let's go ahead and jump to it and get to it, because I think you're going to be excited to find out that this is not as hard as it sounds. So let me get this person in. Great. And I'm going to share my screen. So here we go. And then I'm going to go to Builderall. And I'm going to create a brand spanking new account. So I'm just going to go to get your freebie website. This is one of my magic funnels. And next week we'll be having a training on magic funnels using the new magic funnel system, which is fabulous. So get ready for that one, because that's going to blow your mind. The power that's in the magic funnel is fantastic. And that's what this is right here. This is one of my personal magic funnels. So this is where people go to sign up and get an account with Builderall, and this gives them the free website account. So let's go ahead and jump in there. So I'm going to go Shelly Turner, and my email is Shelly Turner at builderalltest.com. And I'm going to take that email and I'm going to save it in a document. So let me go here. Let's see, let me find a Word notepad here. There we go. Take me a minute. Let's see, notepad. There we go. So I'm going to save this email in case I need it again to sign in. And then I'm going to put a password, which all my passwords are secret 2020. That way, if somebody asks you your password, you can say it's a secret this year. So there you go. And then I'm going to say build your free website now. There we go. And now I've got my congratulations. So in this particular funnel, I've got the setup where they get more information about how to log in. They can register as a free affiliate, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and just go straight to my office. So I'll go to click here to log in. And let's see if we can get logged in. There we go. So now I'm going to click United States, because that's where I'm at. And if I pick any other language, I won't be able to read it. And then here's the next important thing is I'll be registering as an affiliate. So I have to accept the terms of use to be able to become an affiliate. So I'm going to click accept. So this is exactly what a new person sees as they're going through my funnel. Okay. And now it takes me straight into the affiliate area. And I now have an account with Builderall. So I'm officially a free account member. I'm also officially an affiliate, and I can start using Builderall. Okay. So the next thing is I need to start thinking through what I'm going to build, which of course we know what I'm going to build. I'm going to build a website with the ability to collect emails. So this person here would get a series of emails from me on how to get started with Builderall. So they get a series of emails on how to build their first website, how to use Mailing Boss. They get email swipes. There's a lot of things that they get from me in my emails that I have set up for new people that are coming into Builderall. So they would get those emails, they would get started, they would learn how to build. And the first thing that we're going to do tonight is we're going to actually jump into Mailing Boss, and we're going to create their subscriber list and get that all set up. So I'm just going to go to apps, and then I'm going to go to Mailing Boss. And then here, I need to set up my email information and my Mailing Boss information. So my first name and last name, that's great. My business, Delta Entrepreneur.
Hey, Shelley, you're not sharing your screen.
Oh, okay. Let me stop and then I'll try again.
Yeah, I was seeing it.
Yes, I was seeing it.
Okay, can you see it now?
We can.
Okay, great. So the name of my business is Delta Entrepreneurs. My website, http://www.deltaentrepreneurs.com. Default sending address, Shelly@deltaentrepreneurs.com. And no reply @deltaentrepreneurs.com. There we go.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, please do, Roberta.
So once you've done this once, maybe things change. Can you update this information?
You sure can, but there's actually a better thing that you can do. Every single subscriber list that you create can have a different set of information, company information. And that's important because you're going to have several companies that you build for and several companies that you want different emails to go out and you want to be representing a different company. So when you go in to set up your subscriber list, there's a separate area of company information for that specific list, and you can change it for that list. If you do not change it, it will take this default information.
Okay. Great. Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, I'm going to click next. And now I need to put my business address in there. So I'm just going to put my home address. You guys make notes. Christmas is coming along sooner than you think. So you never know when you need to send something out to. Just kidding, just kidding. Let me see if I can find United States here. Right there. All right, and then clicking next. And now that set up the default information. And I'm so glad that Roberta asked that because every single subscriber list that I create right now is going to pull that information. That's going to be the default information. And it's going to be on every single email that I send out. It has to be by law. The CAN-SPAM law requires that you have your company information, your mailing address, and your website. Those are all required things that need to be on there. So if you want to change it from the default, you're going to change it on the subscriber list level in company details. Okay. So that was a really, 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 really good question. All right, so once you do this the first time, you won't have to do it again unless you want to change it in the subscriber list. And now Mailing Boss is actually ready to go, and it's ready for me to create my subscriber list. So I'm just going to go to List right here, and I'm going to click List. And by default, every time you create a new account, it's going to put one email list in there for you. So this is my default email list that came with the account. I think they just kind of said, oh, you know what? They're going to need at least one subscriber list. So we'll create one for them, which is great. But I'm going to not use this one. I'm going to start from the very beginning and actually create one from the ground up, from like nothing there. So you can see exactly how we would build this. So I'm going to go to workflows because that's going to be the easiest way to set up a really good email list. So I'm going to click workflows at the top. And then the first thing I'm going to do is name the workflow. And I'm just going to call this Builderall leads. And I'm going to put 2020 to identify that this is my list that I started in 2020. Okay, you're going to find out that you're going to merge sometimes and clean up lists and stuff like that, and you'll change your lead list. So I'm just going to put down 2020 for this, and then maybe in 2021 I want to clean up my list. So I change the leads list to Builderall Leads 2021, and maybe copy the good leads over to that new list. So I'm just going to identify it by year, and then I'm going to click Save. And now I've got a new workflow that's created for me. And this is my workspace right here, and there's not a thing in it. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Lists, and I'm going to drag this over so I can create a new list. So that's how easy it is to create a new list. It's like Shazam, the list is there, but it's not configured at all. It's like just a placeholder. There is actually no list. So I'm going to go to right here where it says the little icon that's called Edit, and I'm going to click that. And I've got a couple choices. If I wanted to choose that list that already exists, I can click this down arrow and choose that list that already exists. I don't want to. I want to start from scratch. So I'm going to do Create New List. So I'm going to click that, and I'm going to name it Builderall Leads, and then 2020. And then I'm going to use the same name for the display name and for the description. And then for the opt-in, I'm going to actually create this as a single opt-in. And here's why. Because when they come in to Builderall, I'm going to be creating a magic funnel when I do this opt-in. And when they come into Builderall, I don't need them to have a double opt-in list. I want a single opt-in, because what they're actually opting into is Builderall. And I'm just kind of piggybacking off of that to get their name into my list. So I don't necessarily have to have a double opt-in for this. So I'm going to call it a single opt-in, and then I'll leave it a double opt-out. That's fine. But the one thing about a single opt-in is that if you have just a normal email list, one that you're not using for a magic funnel, and it's not capturing leads through Builderall and then kind of taking that lead and dumping it into your mailing list, then you want it to be a double opt-in. And you want it to be a double opt-in because you're going to get better emails. And I want you to think back to what I just did in signing up a new account. What did I just do when I signed up a new account? I created a fake email. Did I not? If I have a single opt-in list, it's really easy to create a fake email and sign up and get whatever you're offering on your thank you page or whatever it is. And they get what you offered them, but you get nothing. You get air, right? A double opt-in allows them to sign up and then actually confirm their email. But I'm going a step further with today's training. We're not only going to create an email list, we're going to actually start capturing leads for Builderall too, okay? So we're going to do a twofer tonight. I'm so excited about this. So I'm going to keep it a single opt-in because of that, because I'm putting in a magic funnel, and I'm going to click create. And now that I've created this list, I now have to, and I'm going to click OK. Fabulous. So I've got this list right here, and it is a single opt-in. It is ready to start collecting leads. And now I need to actually create the emails that I want to go out to the leads that join on this list. So to do that, I'm going to click this green arrow, and I'm going to go to email sequence. Now, there's more things that I can do with this list. So what that green arrow means is if they join the list, do this. So if they join the list, unsubscribe them from a different list. Okay, so that's one thing I can do with this. If they join the list, tag them. We can add a tag to this person if they join this list. If they join this list, copy the subscriber to another list. If they join this list, create an email. If they join this list, send them an email sequence. If they join this list, send them an instant message. Okay, so all of these are things that can be done. We're going to focus tonight on email sequence because when you have a new person that joins your list, you want to make sure that the emails are going out to them immediately. So I'm going to click email sequence. And now from here, I can choose a sequence that already exists. So I can click choose. And if there was a list there, I could choose an email sequence that's already there. Or I could choose create a new sequence. Well, I have no sequences already, so I'm going to create a new sequence. So I'm going to click that. And now I'm going to go ahead and name it. So I'm going to call this Builderall Leads. And the list that it's connected to is the Builderall Leads list. And I'm going to do 2020, just make sure it's all consistent. And then the next thing I have is where it says send to. And from here, I can send to future subscribers only or send these emails to current and future subscribers. Meaning if I already had some subscribers on the list, once I activate these emails, the emails will go out immediately to the current subscribers. And then anybody that's new joining the list would actually get them as well. Since I don't have anybody, I'm just going to click future subscribers only. And then the next one, and this was important, how many messages do you want to send, right? Now, this is key because a lot of people think, oh, just send them one message. It's no biggie. I'll just let them know that I'm their sponsor and Builderall will send the rest, right? Don't do that. You are their sponsor. You are the one they're going to be looking for to get some help, guidance, or even just be visible. So you want to send a series of emails out. I would say minimum 5. If you're industrious, 7. If you really want to just, get in there and get them some information, go more than 7. But you are their sponsor. You're their lifeline to finding out more about Builderall and making it work for them. So don't cheat them out of information about you or the company, right? It's important they find out about you because you, again, I can't say it strongly enough, you are their lifeline. You're gonna help them figure out what Builderall is and how they can use it. So for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and set it to 2 just because we don't have all night to put 5 emails together. But if you are sending emails out to your team, make it a minimum 5, okay? And then I'm gonna click create. And what this does is in the background, it actually creates those emails for me and gets them ready for me to update. So I'm going to click OK, and I'll show you what we've got so far. So we've got the list, we've got an email sequence created, and inside that email sequence, we have 2 email campaigns. Let's talk about what that is. An email sequence is like a bucket of emails. It can have 1 email in there, or it can have many emails in there. That's what an email sequence is. An email campaign is 1 single email. So in this email sequence, we have 2 email campaigns going out. Okay, very important to understand because when you start working in this email area right here, you can look at email sequences or you can look at email campaigns, and it's important to understand what the difference is between the 2. Okay, so now I've got all of this set up. I'm going to go ahead and click save down here because save is definitely my friend. And then once I do that, I'm actually ready to start editing my emails. So I'm going to start with this first email. And I'm just going to click this little edit icon right here. And it's going to open up a couple of choices for me. And I can choose any one of these that I want to, but I am a creature of habit. And I always just pick that first one. So I'm going to click that first one, which is email information and filter tags. So when I click that, it opens up the beginning of setting up this first email. And so the campaign name, it's got the campaign name listed here. And I'm just going to change it a little bit. I'm going to say email number 1. There we go. So Builderall Leads 2020, email number 1. Now the type right here is listed as autoresponder. If you click that down arrow, there's 2 choices. You've got regular or autoresponder. The difference between the 2 is a regular email is going to go out on a very specific day at a very specific time. So April the 25th at 8 o'clock in the morning. And if any of you guys know about April 25th, all you need is a light jacket, right? Sorry, I had to go there. So that's the regular email. It's a specific date at a specific time. The next one is the autoresponder. This is not a specific date, and it's not necessarily a specific time. It is in relationship to when they join your email list. Okay, so if they join on Monday and you want to send this right away, it will send on that Monday. If the next person joins on Tuesday, they will get theirs on Tuesday. Okay, so it's in relationship to when they join your list. If you have a second email that goes out the second day after they join, then on Monday that they join, they'll get that email on Wednesday, right? Because that's 2
quick
days
question
after
for
they
you.
join.
Quick question, Shelley.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so we're setting up an autoresponder series here. So there's 2 ways to configure this from what I'm seeing. So you can set it up from when they actually started, and then it'll go up correspondingly each one after that. Or we can choose a specific time after they sign up for it to go out. Is that on subsequent? So we can do that multiple times?
So the way that you use a regular email, in this situation, you would not set it as a regular email. A regular email is going to be something like, hey team, I've got a webinar on Friday at 8 o'clock. Make sure you click this link so you can join.
Gotcha.
Right. And so that may go out Thursday to be able to get them ready for the Friday webinar. Right. And it goes out to everybody on Thursday. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yep.
This is
Gotcha.
in email terms, regular is the same word as broadcast email. Okay. So write that down. That's a really good word to know. Right. Regular equals broadcast. And all that means is it's an email that's going to go out on a very specific day and everybody gets it on that same day. We
it goes
are
up.
talking
It just goes
about
out once.
an autoresponder setup here.
Yeah, it
Because
goes
we
up
don't want
once.
to set anything for a specific day. We want these sending out in relationship to when they join the list. Okay.
Yep.
So we're going to choose autoresponder. Does that answer your question well enough, Carl?
Yeah, the broadcast is just one. It's a one-off. It just goes once, and that's it. Okay, perfect.
Exactly
Thanks.
it. You got it. The list it's already attached to, which is the Builderall Leads list. And then the sequence is already in there. I'm not going to mess with any list or sequence because everything's good to go. So then we've got some campaign filters. We can actually segment, sort, and sift people based on filters that we have. We won't set anything here now because we don't have any subscribers to filter out. But we could actually segment them according to, did they ever open an email before? Have they ever clicked a link before? What kind of lead score do they have? Meaning, have they opened emails and clicked the links and gotten a certain number of points? And if they got a certain number of points, I will send them an email because they're active on my list. So those are filters that we can do. We can also filter for tags. So if they join Builderall and they get a specific tag, we can actually filter for that tag to only send that email to people that have that tag. That one's a really cool one. And once you start getting a certain number of subscribers, you'll start using tags to start filtering out who you want to send emails to. And then the other cool thing is extra recipients. So you may have multiple lists inside of your mailing blast after you've been with it for a while, and you don't want to send an email just to your leads. Maybe you've got another list that you want to send an email to as well. So you can actually start grabbing multiple lists and sending out emails to multiple lists instead of just one list, which is really great. So those are all great features to know about when you start really building your list and building your mailing blast. But for now, everything looks great. So I'm going to click Save and Next. And then from here, we'll load the next page. And it's thinking really hard. There we go. And now we've got the actual email editor. And this to me is so cool, you guys, because there's so many different things we can do to make our emails look really, really nice. We've got a great area here to work with. And Roberta, here's where that information is right here that you were asking about, the company information. And down in this bottom panel, don't mess with any of that because all that is legal information that has to be there. You have to have an unsubscribed URL. And then this little tag right here that says company full address, it's going to take everything you put in your company information. So the company name, the company address, the website, all of that. And it's going to do something called concatenation, which means it's going to join all those fields together and make it one field, which is the company full address. And it's going to put all of that information onto your email for you. I have a lot of people asking me, how do I put my information, my company information? It's like, nope, you don't have to. If you filled out that default information, the system will actually do that for you. Now, inside of this editor, I've got the ability to do just about anything I want to make my email pretty. So I can add an image up here. I can do a title right here. I can create some more images right here. I can do some buttons. That's great, some buttons. And let's see, I can do this right here. Fabulous. So you can see that I've got a lot of power in just building how I want my email to look. And then once you get the image place cards there, then you can click on those and add your own image, either from loading it or putting in the image link to where it can find it if you don't want to upload it onto the system. You can also change your text by just double clicking in the text area and then typing something new. It's going to pitch a fit about the lorem ipsum. So we'll just change the text a little bit. So this is the changed text that we are putting in to make sure that the system will allow me to save this email template. Fabulous. Let me capitalize this, and then I'll go and copy it, and we'll paste it. There we go. So we got rid of that lorem ipsum there. Let's go ahead and get rid of it here. There we go. And then we got everything we need. Now, let's say in the beginning of this email, I wanted to have their name in there because personalizing is actually really, 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 really important when you're talking about emails. So I can say something like welcome, and I'm going to put a space and a comma, and I'm going to put my cursor right where the name normally would be. Okay. And this is where I want the name of the person to show up. So I'm going to go down here to available tags, and I'm going to click that. And then I'm going to scroll down on these tags, and I'm going to find where we've got the name, F name. And right now we've only got email. When you create a subscriber list from the workflow area, it's going to create a list with only the email in it. That's the only bit of information that it wants to collect. So I can't add the first name in there yet. So we're going to go back in a few minutes, and I'll show you where you can add the first name. And then we'll go back into the emails and actually add that into the emails. So no worries there. We're going to bounce a little bit, but that's okay. So I'm going to click close. And then you always want to make sure that you take a look at your plain text version down here. So usually what you have to do is click save and then take a look at your plain text version to see how it's looking. And this is just the plain text. A lot of people don't have HTML in their system. So you can take a look at what the plain text is looking like to make sure that that's okay with you. Sometimes it takes a little bit of work to get it to look exactly like what you want it. But again, no pictures, no links, no anything. It's just going to be plain text. You can take a look at that real quick and see if that's exactly what you want. So let's say that now you're good to go and you're ready to actually save this email. So all you do is scroll down to the bottom and you click save and next. And that's going to save the email. And now it's going to ask me for a little bit more information. It's going to make sure that the from name is correct. The from email is correct. Now I'm on a free account. I cannot connect a domain yet. So it's going to put the default mailing boss sending email. Okay. In order to use my own domain, I'm going to have to actually connect to the domain, verify it, and then verify my email as well. And then I can use this in Mailing Boss. That's another reason why people will want to upgrade if you give them a free website and start them working on setting up their email system. So they can use their own domain and have that professional email to be able to send out emails. So right now we're just going to go with the default Mailing Boss email. And then the reply to is right here. This email area is default. You don't want to do anything with that. And then the subject, I'm going to call this a welcome message from Shelly. And then I'm going to click save and next. And on the next screen, I have to decide now, when is this going to go out? Remember, this is an autoresponder. It's in relation to when they joined my list. So I'm going to send it either after they subscribe, after they open a specific campaign or a specific email, which no emails have gone out, so we won't choose that one, Or I can even choose to send this on a specific weekday. So if this were a regular email and I wanted this email to go out every single week to remind them of a weekly meeting or something like that, I could actually choose weekday if I wanted to. For this one, because it's an autoresponder, I'm going to choose after they subscribe. Because it's the welcome email, I'm going to click 0 for the time value, and then I'll leave the time unit as day. So what that means is immediately, as soon as they subscribe, send this email out. Okay. The autoresponder send hour, I'm going to use this same as subscription. I don't need to change that, especially today. And then we're going to send this to future subscribers only, and we're going to activate it immediately. As in, if I get a subscriber, as soon as I click activate, this will send. Okay. I can also send myself a test. This one's really critical because you always want to make sure to take a look at your emails before you activate them. Because what looks good in the editor, once you receive it in your email as a live email, you might go, whoa, wait, that's not quite what I was looking for. Most of the time, it's 100% beautiful. There's no issues, right? I'd say 99.9% of the time. But if you send one to yourself, you'll get a really good idea of what it looks like. And you may make that decision. I don't like that header, or I don't like that image that I put in there, or that's too much text, or I went into too much detail, whatever it is. But this will give you a chance to get your eyeballs on it in a different environment, so you can make a decision if you want to make a change. So you can send yourself a test email and take a look at it. Carol, go ahead.
I have just one quick question about.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Yes. One quick question about the time of the autoresponder. Wait, why did you choose day instead of minutes?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, good. Perfect.
Yeah, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Does the exact same thing. So if you click 0 days, it's right away. If you click 0 minutes, right away. The only thing that you have to remember is that, and this is a good reminder actually, if you click 0 days or 0 minutes or whatever, that means that it is sending to the queue. Okay, we have many mailing blast servers, many, because we send out millions and millions of emails a day. So the queue may be really short, so it can officially send right away, or the queue may actually be pretty long and it doesn't send for a few minutes. Okay, so if you're testing these and you're like, oh my God, seriously, why is this is broken? It's broken. It's not sending. It's not sending immediately. Remember that the queue system may be causing it to actually not get officially sent right away. So be patient. Sometimes it can take 5 to 10 minutes for that email to arrive, depending on the queue. But let me assure you, it gets queued immediately. Okay, Carol?
Yes, this queued system is actually, it's not just with Builderall, right?
Right. That's right. Yeah, any service that has, that's a big service that has lots of email servers, it's very typical that you may get an email one time that it's like instantaneous. It's like, holy crap, I didn't even know I sent that. And then the next time it may take 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And it's because of the queue. It is completely dependent on which server it hits and how many emails are ahead of it to go out. Okay.
Okay. Do you think it would be best? It would be best in that case when we send, when let's say somebody subscribed to our list and it goes to a confirmation page, we could add that in a few minutes. It's going to be there instead of saying.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And it's not unheard of on that thank you page to put something like, you should expect to receive your confirmation email within 5 to 10 minutes. If you have not received your email within 5 to 10 minutes, please check your spam folder.
Thank
right?
you.
You want to give them those instructions. That thank you page is definitely your opportunity to train them on what you want them to expect and what you want them to do. Okay. All right. So we've made sure that all of these settings are correct. And then I can choose to just save it. I can choose to save and activate, which I don't want to do yet because we still have a little bit of editing to do. Or I can activate later. So I'm going to go ahead and click save because I want to save everything that I've done. And then I'm going to choose activate later. And we'll go back to our list. So now this one, we're going to pretend like that is totally ready to go as in edited, but it's still paused because we want to make sure we put the welcome first name in there so that they get, that we can start building that relationship. Okay. So now let's do the exact same thing to the second one. So we're going to click edit. And I'm going to go, again, create your habit. I'm just going to click that first one and go through all the steps. And I'm going to make sure the campaign name is correct. It is an autoresponder. The list is correct. The sequence is correct. I'm not going to do any filters. And I'm going to click save and next. And then the next one is editing the email. So I will create another email. We'll add a few things in here. This is actually, once you get the opportunity to do this, this is really fun because you can really make your emails pretty. So I'm going to change the lorem ipsum and make sure that's not in there, or it's going to pitch fit. There we go. Change this one. Perfect. And then one more. Perfect. I think I got all the lorem ipsums. Fantastic. And now I'm going to go back up to the top and I'm going to say, wowzers, welcome to day 2. I am so excited to offer this to you. Hey, blank, what do you think so far? Boop. And then right here after hey, I'm going to put their first name. So I'm going to call them out by name and I'm going to start becoming familiar with them so that we can start creating a relationship. Okay. And then I will click save to save my changes. And then I'm going to click plain text just to kind of take a look at it and see what it's looking like. So this is what it'll start looking like. Okay, remember no images and no hyperlinks. And once I'm okay with that, I'm going to go ahead and click save and next. And from name, from email, reply to email, the tag for the email address. And then now I have to put the name of the email. So I'm going to change the name to wow, you made it to day 2. There we go. And then I'm going to click save and next. And then I have to decide in the next screen, okay, when is this going to send? So it's going to be after they subscribe, and it's going to be 1 day after they subscribe. 1 day. So they get the first email on 0 days. They get the second email on the second day. Even though it says 1 day, it's 1 day later. So that puts us into the second day. And then right here, I've got the option to set the autoresponder send hour. So I can click this down arrow and I can choose the hour that I want this email to actually send out, which is really cool. So if I want my emails to go out at say 8 o'clock a.m., I can actually just set it for 8 o'clock a.m. and shazam, that's going to go at 8 o'clock a.m. Now, the other option is to send at the same time that they subscribe. So if they subscribed at 5:45 in the evening, then this will go the second day at 5:45 in the evening. So you can actually choose your time. Now, if you're not sure what time you have set for your mailing boss account, I like lost what I was doing for a minute. But if you're not sure what the time is for the mailing boss, I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So we're sending to future subscribers only. We're going to activate today, this moment, this hour, and I can send an email to myself if I want to. And then I'm going to click save to just make sure to save all my changes, and then I will activate later. So here's what we've done so far, you guys. We've created an email sequence, and we've created that sequence to go out immediately when they subscribe, and then on the second day, they'll get another email. Okay, so far, so good. But what we have not done is we haven't set up that name to go in there, that first name. Because remember, when I create a subscriber list from here, it's going to create the subscriber list, but it's only creating the email. It doesn't create the first name. So we can actually go in there and add that. And I'm going to go in a different way. You can do it from here, but I actually don't like doing it from here. So I'm just going to click save on my workflow to make sure that I save everything that I've done. And then I'm going to go into my subscriber list and I'm going to click lists. And here's my list that I made. And I'm going to go into update. That's going to allow me to make some changes to, no, not update, sorry, overview. I'm going to go into overview and take a look at everything that I have set up for my subscriber list. So this is kind of my my command central for my subscriber list. And right here are the fields. Okay, and you can see that there's only one field in there right now. So I'm going to click fields. And there's that email field that's in there by default. But I'm going to add a new field in there so I can capture their first name. So I'm going to click add text field. And it added it. Okay, so right there, it added it. And for the label, I'm going to type in first name. And then for the tag, I'm going to call it F name. And that's not actually swearing in mailing boss speak. That just means that this field is called F name. Kind of the same idea as if you were creating a new column in Excel. When you put the name at the top of the column to identify what information is in that column, the column here is called F name, to remind you that's first name. So is it required? Yes, I definitely want them to put their first name in there. Is it visible? Yes. Okay. I can also put some help text, but first name as far as a label is really good. They're going to understand what that means. So that's good to go. And then default value, if you want it to be automatically filled with something and they have to change it, you can do that. But in this situation, you don't have to do that. There's another thing that I'm obsessive compulsive about, and that is that when I see a form on Mailing Boss, or sorry, on a website, I always want to see that form with the first name first and then email, right? It drives me bazonkers to see an email field first and then first name. It's like, that's just not right. So we can make sure that our fields go in the right order by just numbering them using the sort order. So for first name, I'm going to just call that 1. That was easy. And then sort order for email, I'm going to call that 2. And all that means is if I pull in the email marketing form, it's going to put it in the right order for me. And then I'm going to click Save Changes. And now we actually have that saved, and we have that new field in there of F name that I can use inside my emails. So I'm just going to go back to my emails and I'm going to add those in, and then we're going to activate those bad boys. So let's go ahead and go back to workflow. There we go. There's my emails. I'm actually still in that Builderall Leads 2020. So I'm going to click on edit for the first email, and I'm a creature of habit. There's shorter ways to go in there, but I just automatically click that first one. So click email information, and then I'm going to go save and next, and that'll take me into my email. And now I can just click where I want that first name to go. So I put my cursor right there, and I'm going to scroll down to where I have the available tags. And if I click that, scroll down to find F name, it's going to be down towards the bottom. So there it is right there. I'm going to click that, and Shazam, there's F name. So what that's going to do is it's going to go and grab their first name and put it in there for you. That's what those tags do. Okay. Once I get it exactly the way I want it, I can then save it. Carol, do you have a question?
I have a question. When I clicked on available tags, I didn't see what you had on your screen, but it says here required, and it says no on mine.
Oh, ignore it. It's completely wrong.
All right. Okay.
All right. So we've got F name, and then we're going to scroll down here, and we're going to click Save and Next. And all of this information, just put your eyeballs on it, make sure it's correct, and then Save and Next. And then all of this information, put your eyeballs on it, make sure it's correct. And now I can click Save and Activate. And activate is the single most important thing that you can do with these emails, because if you don't activate them, they ain't gonna send. And a lot of times I'll have people contact me and go, oh my gosh, Shelly, I did everything and my emails are not sending. It's like, did you activate them? That is the most important step. Okay, so let's go ahead and save and activate. And now this bad boy is saved. And if you look right there, it is also active. Okay, so I love this screen because you get the information that you need, which is this is the first email. It's going to be set on 0 days, which is immediately, and it is active. Okay, very, very important. So now let's do the exact same thing to the second email. So I'm going to click on the edit icon, and I'm going to go to that first item because I'm a creature of habit. And once I click on that, there we go. I'm going to make sure all of this is correct, and then I'm going to go to Save and Next. And in the email, I'm going to find that place where I want to put their name. So it's right there. Then I'll scroll down and go to Available Tags and find F name, which is going to be down towards the bottom since it's a special tag. So F name. And now when I take a look, it says, hey, F name. Great. Absolutely great. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and click Save and Next. I'm going to put my eyeballs on this information to make sure it's all correct. Then Save and Next. And then I'm going to put my eyeballs on the next screen when it opens. There we go. And make sure that all of this is correct. And then I'm going to do that Save and Activate. So when I click that, I now have both of my emails activated and ready to go. Now, we all know there's not a single Bloomin' subscriber in the subscriber list yet. So there's not a single Bloomin' email that's going out right now. Correct? So the first thing we need to do after we do all of this is now create a website where we can start collecting these emails and building our list. So we're going to not only do that, I'm going to show you 2 ways to do that tonight really quickly. And we're going to do a regular Mailing Boss list with an email marketing form, but then we're going to do that contact form so you can see what a magic form is like. Carol, go ahead.
Yes, I have one quick question before you go on the
Oh, I
website.
can't hear you, Carol.
Can you hear
Your
me?
microphone, you're not muted, so it must be a mic issue.
Can you hear me?
Mhm. Yes.
Okay, good. Before you go to the website, I have one last question. You know, at one point you put no reply at Shelly, whatever. No, that entrepreneurs. Can you explain a little? I know you said that once, but you know, I don't remember why you put no reply instead of a contact at.
Typically, when I build a website and people are coming in through a website, especially if they're joining my Builderall team, I may not want to get emails at deltaentrepreneurs.com, right? I may not want to get any emails there. I may want them to go through a ticketing service or support system or use a different email that I have on my website. So I put no reply so that if they get an email from me and then they hit reply, they will be sending to no reply at deltaentrepreneurs.com. Meaning when that email arrives, they know I'm not going to reply to it. In fact, I never even create that email. It is like an email that is like floating out there in space and never arrives anywhere. And think about this for a minute. I own probably 125 domains. Imagine if I had all of my emails coming from those domains, from every single domain. Not cool. So it just creates a mess. So what I try to do is really manage my email. And by doing that, I don't set it up so that every single domain allows you to email to that domain. I may have a very different domain that I want you to email to.
Hey, Shelly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Tyree wants in.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Tyree wants in.
Oh, okay, hold on, let me stop sharing. Oh my heavens, we've got like a ton of people. Hello, you guys. Let me get you guys upgraded.
And also, there's a question in the Q&A.
Awesome. Hang on. Let me keep my eyeballs on our people that need to be promoted first. Let me get them in. Wow, we have like a whole new group of people in here. We could have like, we got a party now, you guys. We got a party. All right. Party. All right. So question. I think is the question from Chip, no permission needed from BA for a single opt-in using the magic funnel. I'm not sure why that didn't pop up, Chip, because usually it does. So I'm not real sure why.
Yeah, I wondered if you were going to show people how to request permission, unless it does not need to be requested if you're using a magic funnel.
Yeah, it should pop up. Chris, go ahead.
No, I think what Chip might, that's something separate on the chat. There is a question and answer from Mike Hernandez, who I think just came in. And Mike, if you can hear me, if you could just mute your mic right now, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. Okay. And then, so if you look at the question and answer, he's got some stuff that I'm not sure if Mike's on Team Awesome or we can help him out with some of that stuff.
Let me see if I can find Mike's. I see your question.
Do you want me to read it to you? Or?
Yeah, could you please?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you go.
Can you hear me now?
I think that's Mike now.
How you doing?
Oh, yeah. Mike, go ahead.
How you guys doing? I'll be trying to get off the Office platform and to the affiliate page that you guys are always on. I can't seem to find any assistance, and it kind of confuses me when I try to follow the instructions that pretty much just show the affiliate Builderall page, and that's they got me stuck on the Office page for some reason. The Office at Builderall, and it's two different devices. I mean, they're the same, but everything's positioned differently.
Yes. If you're an affiliate, Mike, what happens is you have the tools, a menu at the top, right, for when you log into the Office. But then when you click affiliate, you'll see a magical menu on the left-hand side. And those are all the things that you can do as an affiliate. Okay,
it doesn't leave the left-hand side. I try to hit the affiliate when it goes to the left-hand side, and it pops on top for a brief second, and then it just jumps back to the other side, to the Office all. And then I have, like I said, it's hard for me to follow the instructions when I'm still looking for everything.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what the problem is. If we have time at the end, I'll actually see if we can take a look and maybe do a screen share, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I contacted support today. They said it could help me, but for some reason, it worked. I could get on the affiliate site on the, what's that one called? The, I think.
No worries. Here's what I want you to do, Mike. Ready? This is what I want you to do, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Got it? There you go. Yeah. All right, so let's do this at the end of the training. We'll jump in and see exactly what you're seeing. And then if we figure it out, you can go back through this training again and then follow along again.
Definitely.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You betcha. All right.
Hey, Shelley.
So did I answer our question so far? Does anybody else have a question?
I have one question, Shelley. This is Rob from Team BYOB.
Okay, go ahead.
When you did the second email for the second day, is there a reason why you connected it to the email sequence and not connected it to the as a workflow to the first email? Like if you go back to your screen, so you had the email one, and I know that you can connect it to the green dot to the second email, but you had to connect it to the email sequence instead.
Yeah, because remember an email sequence is a bucket, right? That's a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
And then emails go into that bucket. So the email sequence is a bunch of emails inside that bucket. So what we did was we created the bucket and then took each email out individually and configured it and put it back in the bucket.
Okay, cool.
Does that make sense? So all of them are connected to the same email sequence.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure that when you're trying to follow maybe like a certain sequence, like a 7-day sequence, you didn't have to connect each email to the next email. So if you had email one, then you connect email one to email two, to email two to email three, and so on and so forth, as far as the workflow.
It's all connected. And in that sequence that we just set up with only 2 emails, what's going to happen is the first email that we set up is going to go on day 0. And then in that same bucket, the second email is going to go out on the first day. It's 1 day later. Okay.
Okay, cool.
So they're all connected. They're all a part of the same sequence. And if we actually look inside Mailing Boss, we can actually see that there'll be a sequence and then there'll be 2 emails inside that sequence. In fact, I'll show you that in just a minute. Okay.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions, you guys? Are you
Yes,
excited about what you've learned so far?
Shelley.
Yeah, go ahead.
I caught the tail end of that previous question they had about the double opt-in. So are we able to just use single opt-in now, or is that just for the magic
I'm
funnel?
not sure why that's not popping up, you guys. Normally it pops up and it says you can't have single opt-in because a single opt-in stinks because they can use fake emails. And I'm gonna mute you, Mike. Nothing personal, just a lot of noise. But the single opt-in is not a good opt-in system because you're going to get fake emails, and nobody likes fake emails in their email list, right? We're trying to make an email list so we can make money. So the double opt-in ensures that not only have they signed up through the opt-in form, but then they have to check their email to confirm. Okay, so that's the important thing, is they have to do that second step to go into their email and confirm that email. That's critical because then you know you've got a good email. Okay, then you know if you send a sequence out, they're going to get those emails because they had to check their email to confirm to get on the list. It's also really important because let's say that I spend 52,000 hours creating a really good course, right? And I've done that before. And then you want to give it away as a free lead magnet in exchange for their email. Wouldn't it totally suck if you had set up a single opt-in and they just use a fake email and they get access to that entire stinking thing and you don't even get their email? Yeah, that would suck. So that's why it's really important to have double opt-in when you're doing just a regular vanilla email list. Right now, we're setting up to actually see what it's like to set up a vanilla email list. We're going to do that. But I'm also going to show you really fast how to do a magic funnel. And you'll see why I have it as a single opt-in for the magic funnel. Okay, got it?
Now, one more question, Shelley. With the magic funnel,
Let's jump back in and we'll take a quick look at what we've got going on. So I'm going to share my screen. And so we've got this email sequence done. It's ready to go. We're super excited. Let's take a look at what this looks like as far as in this area where we can look at campaigns. Okay. Now, remember what I said, an email sequence is like a bucket and email campaigns go inside that bucket. Okay. So we're going to go to campaigns and I'm going to just click email sequence. And what I'm going to see is a list of my email sequences. So right here is my email sequences, which I have 1. And inside that email sequence, I have 2 emails. Okay, so I can choose to edit from this screen if I want to. So I can just pause and then edit, or I can always go back to workflow and open that workflow that we were in and edit from there as well. So you guys actually have a choice of how you want to work with these emails and how you want to edit them, whether you want to go the old way, which is this way, or the new way, which is through workflows. Either way is the same exact thing. You get the same exact screens, you get the same exact information, you get the same exact settings. Everything is exactly the same. It's according to what makes you happy. Also, the time on Mailing Boss to make sure you're in the right time zone. If you will go to your profile area and click that, this allows you to choose your time zone. Okay, so right now I'm in Sao Paulo, which is like crazy not the same time I'm in. So all you have to do is click the down arrow and find your time zone. And honestly, I can never find this without, losing my eyeballs here. Let's see, Africa, Europe, no. Africa, no. Asia, no. Europe, no. Oh, we might get closer. Asia. Somewhere in here is the US Central Time Zone, which is where I'm at. So I just need to scroll through here and find my time zone and then actually choose it. And then if I select an email to go out at a very specific time, it's going to go out at that time based on my time zone. Okay, that one is critical. So choose your time zone and then click save. Now, that doesn't mean that it's going to send on their time zone. Because if you remember, we didn't capture that information from them, right? We got a name, we got an email, but we really didn't capture their time zone. So if you specify an email going out at a specific time, it's going out based on your time zone that you set up in Mailing Boss, okay? That was actually a really important one to know. All right, so I think that does it for the Mailing Boss area. So let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at building a website. It's actually the fun part. So before I do, let me make sure, are there any questions before we start building the site? Sharon, go ahead.
Shelley, how do you send out an email to multiple lists at one time? It's a little different. How do you send out an email to multiple lists at one time?
Oh, we actually just went through that. When you go through the settings, there's actually, that's okay. There's an area where you can set some filters. And then below those filters, there's the ability to choose additional email lists, subscriber lists that you want to send to. So you can send to 52,000 lists if you want to. We actually do that with Builderall. Inside the email system for Builderall, we have active members. We have 2990s, 4990s, 6990s, 1990s, right? And if we're going to send to every single member, then we just choose the first list and then add every other list to that, and then everybody gets an email.
All right, I'll look at that again. Thank you.
Okay, sounds great. All right, questions, Chris?
I have one question, Shelley.
Okay.
All right, with the magic funnel, could we choose to do a double opt-in since we can control where they go after? So could we send them to like a thank you page that tells them to check their email for the magic funnel?
You definitely want to, you don't want to do a double opt-in for the magic funnel. And here's why, because magic funnel is creating the whole goal of the magic funnel is to create a brand new Builderall account. Okay, so that's the whole point, is they're signing up for a new Builderall account. So they're going to be sent first to the Builderall account to create that account. And then Builderall says,
She'll be back, folks.
and mailing about the person that joined her team. Oh, sorry. Let me try to say that again, because I did such a, y'all missed it. It was such a great explanation. Anyway, so here's what's happening in the background is they're signing up for a Mailing Boss, a Builderall account, a free website, 14-day trial, whatever it is. So that's the main thing that happens with that magic funnel. So they sign up with their name and their email, and whoop, it goes right into Builderall. And because it's a magic funnel, Builderall system says, wait, this is Shelley's lead. We have to add this to Shelley's Mailing Boss list. So let's go ahead and put it into her Mailing Boss list. Okay. If you have a double opt-in for that, then they may choose to not confirm, which means they're not going to get any welcome emails that you send them. Okay.
Got it.
Will they show up as confirmed if you've used Magic Funnel and single opt-in, or will they show as unconfirmed?
They will show up as confirmed with single opt-in, and typically you have to get that confirmed with support or approved with support. It didn't pop up for me today, so I'm not sure why it didn't pop up, but if that pop-up shows up, all you have to do is say, it asks for a domain of where you're connecting to, and I just put builderall.com in there, and then it says, why do you want this as a single opt-in? And I always put in there, these are my leads for Builderall from a magic funnel, and I've never been refused. Never. They've always approved me. So if that thing pops up, just put builderall.com as the website, and then I'm creating a magic funnel and getting Builderall leads, and they'll approve you. Carl, go ahead.
Yeah, real quick, just as a point of interest for everyone, not to confuse things, but if you single opt-in, as Shelley said, your quality of your list is a lot lower. That's true. The other thing you have to keep in mind is deliverability, because when you do single opt-in and you get a bunch of bouncing emails, when people use spam emails or they don't want to really give you their true identity, that can actually affect your deliverability with your internet service providers, which means you can actually be blacklisted from the search engines or from the ISPs. That's a fact, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, the quality of your list is much better on a double opt-in. And one of the things that I like about the training videos is one of the things they pointed out was send them to a landing page. Please confirm your email so I can make sure that you get the material. Then when they go to that email, there's a link in there where they can go to the page to get the information that you want to give them. That protects
exactly
you.
Right. And
Yeah.
you pointed out a few things that are really important, Carl, and Lord knows I wish we had about 6 or 7 more hours so I could go into all of this with you. But the reality is that if you have a single opt-in for an email list, you're going to get a lot of fake emails. And then that means that you will start sending out emails and they're fake, so they don't get delivered. And the ISPs that are out there, those email service providers that are out there, they're going to see, look at this, poor Shelly. She sent out 5,000 emails and 2,500 of them were fake. We're going to just kind of ding her a little bit. And every time I send a bad email out like that under that domain, it dings that domain and then dings it again and dings it again and dings it again. And every time I get a ding, that gives me more opportunity to get right into that spam folder. And we don't even like that spam folder. That's not a good place to be. So you want to make sure that you have valid emails that get delivered. And not only that, you want to make sure that they get delivered and you've got value in there that they will click a link. If you can get it delivered, opened, and a link clicked, your reputation goes up for that domain for email, and you will get into that inbox way more than you will in the spam. But it takes work to do that. It is not something that happens overnight. And if you've got a brand new email, the single most important thing you can do is start creating value in those emails. So they want to open it, they want to click a link, and that way your reputation will go up for that specific domain for those emails. Chris?
Yes. Just I want to. It's not really a question. It's a statement because there's a lot of activity going on in the chat, back and forth and stuff like that, and there's a lot of new folks here. So mailing boss, this is very confusing. It can be.
Can be. Yeah.
Once you get it, you're going to get it. It's real simple. Trust me, I've been exactly where you guys have been. So one of the things I do suggest, a couple people had, actually quite a few were saying that their sponsor's not too active with them. The best thing to do is go to YouTube, and I'm going to put the link in here for the YouTube channel, for the official YouTube channel for Builderall USA. Pretty much all your answers are going to be there, including this video, that it'll be there. And because you're going to have to watch this video about 5 times. You will. The other thing is, make sure you join the official Builderall Facebook group and ask questions. We are a huge family and we all have been in your situation, and we will help you. So I will put both of those links in the chat for anybody who can see them. Okay.
Good. Awesome. Awesome.
Oh, one more thing. Can you, on your detour to make the website, can you show them what that new virtual assistant tag is?
Yeah.
And you can ask that any questions.
I love that, right?
Thank you, Shelley. Thank you.
I have one question about the workflows. So do you always have to have a workflow? Because I did create an email sequence and I got everything working. I did a funnel, but I never did a workflow. So I did everything completely opposite of what you just did. Should I go back and create a workflow and dump all of my stuff in it?
Let me ask Bridget. Bridget actually was in your spot, a couple weeks ago, Bridget, and got clued in on the workflow. And Bridget, tell me what you think about the workflow and the difference between doing it the old way and the new workflow way.
Well, I'm so embarrassed to say that I've been with Builderall for like 2 years. And I just discovered the workflow in your training like a couple weeks ago. So it's totally possible to do the whole thing without the workflow, but it's 1,000 times better with it.
Yeah.
So can I revert? Like, can I kind of put what I've already done in a workflow now?
You can. Do you remember when we went through and we decided subscriber list?
So
and we
just
could
add
choose an existing list or create a new one? All you do is choose that existing list. And the same thing with the email sequence. You can click that green arrow and create an email sequence. And then when that pulls up, you can pull in one that already exists, or you can create a new one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I love the visual. So
awesome. Yeah, it's way better. And trust me, once you start getting into 7 emails, 10 emails, the old way of having to pause and then, now it's sending me to the campaign area rather than the sequence area, blah, 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 blah. It's just, it makes you want to just kind of take a nap. But if you get into that workflow area, it's all there. It's beautifully placed for you. You can work in it a lot easier. So yeah, I would definitely work on getting them moved into workflows so you have just a better visual of what's going on.
Hey, Chef, Cindy got a question for you.
Okay, Cindy. Cindy, you need to have the airplane flyer, thingies. Yeah, the light thingies that they have where they guide the planes. I need you guys to have some of those.
So I think it was you who mentioned, or it might have been Carl, about having a new email, and the newer the email, the worse the response rate. Is there a suggestion or a recommendation to, if you had to start a new email, is Gmail a good one, or is MSN?
No. When you start a new email, it's like a blank slate. That's all it is. It's not a bad email by default. It's just a blank slate. So what you need to do when you start a new email, a new domain, it's really based on the domain, not the actual email itself, like Shelly@builderalldiva.com. It's based on the Builderall Diva. It's creating a reputation for that domain. So what you need to do is, if it's brand spanking new, just make sure you're putting uber value in those emails that you are sending out to get them opened and to get links clicked. If you can get that, well, three things: delivered, so you need a good email list, and then opened and links clicked. If you can do those three things, your reputation is going to go up. Okay, and the higher you can do your reputation, the better chance you have of getting into that inbox. Now, brand spanking new email, depending on whatever service that the email is arriving in, so whether it's Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, whatever it is, each of them have different rules. So if they have like nothing on you, nothing at all because it's brand new, they may ship you into spam. But you get a couple of good reputation points kicking you up. It won't take you long to get you into that inbox.
And a quick follow-up is, so if you get an email from somebody and you find it in your spam or your junk folder and you say it's not junk, shoots it over to your inbox, isn't that supposed to guarantee that it doesn't happen again?
It does for them, but for everybody else, not necessarily, right? So one of the things you want to put on your email confirmation page, where you're telling them, hey, don't forget to check your email and click confirm. You want to also put on there something like, and don't forget, if we show up in your spam folder, don't forget to mark us as not spam, so you can continue to get great offers from us, or something like that. So that email confirmation page is like your opportunity to teach them what you want them to do.
All right. Thank you. And back to your regularly scheduled programming now.
Thank you.
Shelly, question.
Yes.
Now,
Answer.
for people that get those fake emails, is there like a system to watch the emails you get?
There's not really a system in Builderall to clean your list. Builderall does have one that you can purchase. I think it's $99 lifetime, maybe. It's called Inbox Path, and you can actually clean, I think, up to 10,000 emails a month. And that will take all your emails and run them through a cleaner and get rid of the ones that are not even delivering, get rid of the ones that are blacklisted, get rid of the ones that bounce, get rid of the ones that don't make any sense. And then from there, you can actually take that list and import it into your subscriber list inside of Builderall. It's a great cleaner. I have it. I absolutely love it. I have thousands of emails, and I've run them through and cleaned it, and it does a great job. The other thing about the Inbox Path is that that's a service that you can provide. There's a lot of people that have huge email lists, but they're not warm lists, meaning they haven't been working with the list. They haven't been sending out regular emails. They haven't been cleaning their lists. So you can actually offer that as a service and clean up to 10,000 emails a month. So to clean 1,000 email list could be a great $25. Yeah,
that was I was thinking about getting that, and just wanted to get your opinion on that system.
It's absolutely fabulous.
On another question, as far as getting bring a list over from a previous, what's the process of doing that?
You need to go through support. That's called an import. You want to import a list. And because there's so many people out there that are not very nice, we need to make sure that we bring in clean lists. And you can imagine, we've had people that have brought in lists that are like 1 million subscribers. And none of them were actually subscribers that truly subscribed to the list. They were scraped or they were bought or something like that. So what you're expected to do is actually contact support, and they're going to ask you some questions on how you got your list. And if it's a certain size list, they'll actually ask you to run it through Inbox Path to make sure to clean it up. And then once it's clean and ready to go, and they're confident that it's a good list, then they'll let you import it into a Builderall subscriber list. So that is like a protection to protect our mailing boss servers, because you can imagine the reputation our servers will get if we let people bring in scraped lists and people that didn't subscribe. Okay. So
in your opinion, it'd be the best good idea just to run it through Inbox Path and then contact support.
I love Inbox Path. It is like the best thing. It's like better than toilet paper, and it's that good.
Okay, purchasing that tonight then.
Okay, good. Chris?
Yeah, Derek asked a really good question. In fact, I asked you just last week. It's about when you have your existing email list to pull it into workflow. Could you just, I know you're right there, if you could show that real quick. It's just real simple,
absolutely.
Derek.
Absolutely. Let me share my screen, and we'll share, and then we'll go here. And let's go to workflows. And I'm just going to create a brand new workflow so you guys can see that. So I'm going to click create new. And it's thinking about it. And then we're going to call this Derek because we can. And I'm going to click save. And let me make sure it's saved. Save. There we go. All right, it's saved. And so now if I click and drag on this list and pull it over, remember that this is just the empty hollow shell of a list. There's not actually a list there. So I have to click the icon. And then from here, I can choose a list that already exists. So I can pull that in. So let's go ahead and pull that bad boy in. And we'll have a second one. So I'm going to click OK. So now I've got my list in there. And now I'm going to click the green arrow. And I'm going to choose email sequence. And I can choose now to create a brand new sequence or pull an email sequence in that exists already. So I can click choose and then pull in my Builderall leads email sequence. And then I need to click load sequence emails. And what that's going to do is it's going to go to the list. It's going to grab the emails and it's going to pull it in for me. So I'm going to click load sequence emails. And now I've got the exact same workflow I just had a few minutes ago. It's just a brand new workflow. Okay. Does that work? All right. All right, you guys, I think that we are already at like an hour and a half, and I don't want to keep you guys all night because it's still going to take me about another 30 minutes to an hour to go through and set up a website with an mailing box form, and I want to show you that magic funnel as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do a part 2, and we'll do part 2 next week on Tuesday. So let's concentrate on taking this exact email list that we put together, and we will integrate it first into a mailing boss email marketing form. And we'll also do a magic funnel. I have a lot of people that are asking me to train on that new magic funnel and how it works. Get ready. All I can say on that one is OMG, buckle in, because the magic funnel is such a great way to get leads, because now you can build your funnel exactly the way you want it, right? It can have your colors, your design, your picture, your information, your everything. And then they can set up their Builderall account. But you can then customize your thank you page, where you want to send them, whatever other offers you want to offer them. It's absolutely incredible what you can do. So let's go ahead and reserve next week on Tuesday to finish this training up, to make sure we give it plenty of time for you to see it and really get to munch on it and to ask questions, because I really want you guys to be able to ask questions as well. And if we go another hour, you guys are going to be like this. So is that okay with everybody? Yeah? Okay, great. Now, you know, I could stay here for another 3 hours, but I won't wear you guys out. But do you guys have any more questions for me before we actually go? No? Tyreek, go ahead.
Good evening, Shelly and everyone.
Hey.
As always, I'm loving this training. You make life so easy with the way you train, and then to be able to refer back to the training. And I really mean that. I don't have a problem with being techie. I don't have a problem with solving tech problems, but it makes it so much easier when I just sit in my comfortable chair, lay in my bed and be lazy like I like to be sometimes. I'm just profitably lazy, okay? All I have to do is go to Builderall USA. What I wanted to know is that recently I got an aha moment about using Builderall for a certain niche.
Yay.
And so I'm going to do that. But what I heard you mention building a site tonight. Is that a membership site you're going to be building, or is that just a regular site?
We're going to keep it simple. I'm going to do a real simple mailing boss email marketing form to show you how you can use that form. And then we're also going to do a magic funnel, and I'm going to show you how you can create a magic funnel website to collect leads that are actually signing up for Builderall. So we're going to actually do both.
Okay. The reason why I was asking, because before I go to you, I always ask, because you got a lot of responsibility. So I always go to support, because we have a dynamic support. And I was asking them to send me about a video to create a membership site, and they didn't have one. But I remember you did a training about a membership site. I looked on Builderall USA, and I looked on your personal channel, and I could not find that training.
Private message me, Tyree, and I will find that for you. Okay? Because I have a couple of them. Yeah.
See, I've been thinking about growing my hair back, but the meds keep taking it out. But you may be a cure to all of that. So, thank you. And that was one other question I had, but I'll include that into the inbox too. And love you much, Shelly. Thank you so much, because of everything that's going on right now with this pandemic. People are now beginning to realize how important it is to know how to communicate through the internet. So what we've been doing for a while, living through the internet, they're now beginning to understand that's what they need to do. So if one has an open mind to see the opportunities, Builderall, I'll just go ahead and say Builderall is reaching a lot of people's understanding about how unnecessary a certain funnel is, a certain funnel coming here. So it's really making a difference. Now I'm getting, different people asking me about that. But Shelley, in all honesty, what's making it easy for people to buy into Builderall is that we already have training established by you and other trainers. They don't have to go through the moments of not knowing what to do. And it's
right. I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. And Tyree, it's going to get better because we are really, really scrambling right now to get the knowledge base finished for you. And once we get the knowledge base there, that piece of the puzzle is going to just fall right into place. Because right now it is a challenge sometimes to find the right training that you need for exactly the task that you're trying to do. But the knowledge base is hopefully going to clarify that so that all you have to know is just some basic information. You can type in the search and shazam, there you go. You got the exact training you need. Categorized. Right now, if you look up a membership site, you may get the Pixel Perfect training or the Cheetah training. And if you're not knowledgeable, you don't know which is which. But when we hit the knowledge base, it's going to be categorized. So you can say, oh man, I don't want no Pixel Perfect. I want me some Cheetah. You'll be able to get it right away. So super excited about that. And we've got a whole team of people that are busting their butt to make sure that it is ready for you and it's got some really good resources in there for you. So super duper excited about that.
Again, I want to say thank you to the participants in the chat, like Chris and Dominic and everyone else that's aiding you while you're working, because they have answered some very important questions to help people move forward. So I also want to say thank you to them. But again,
yes, thank you from me as well. That helps me so much, and I so greatly appreciate that because being only one person, I am driven to answer questions, but it's difficult to get to everybody and answer every question for sure. So thank you for helping out, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Shelley.
Yeah, you're welcome. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, while you were talking, Tyree, thank you, by the way, and thanks everyone. I think I found that membership training video. I put the link up there in the chat.
That uses the canvas.
So I'm not going to set that up tonight, but that allows you to get. Oh, I hear me.
Somebody's playing it.
But yeah, if you still need that, Tyree, let me know, and I will definitely find it. I have those ninja skills to be able to find those pretty fast. All right. Any other questions or comments before I let you guys go? Oh, Carol, go ahead.
Yes, about the magic funnels, the new way of doing it. I have just one question because I created it already, magic funnels, but you still have to put the tags into the mailing list, right? The mailing box.
Yeah, I'll definitely show that on next week on Tuesday. But the when you pull in the contact form, that is the magic funnel in the panels, not panels, elements. So if you go into elements, it'll say, I think magic funnel is what it's called, and it's just a contact form. But when you pull it in, it's already got the tag internals field there. So all you have to do is edit that field to put the tag that you want in there, and it's ready to go. So there's two things that you have to do. You have to go through the magic funnel setup, right, to get that important link, and then put that in the contact form, and then identify what your tag internals is going to be for that mailing boss tag. Those are the two things you need to do, and then the magic funnel is ready.
So we don't need to set up the tag internal within the list of mailing boss. Wow, that's good.
It is a wowzer. I mean, seriously, y'all, my heart just went boom because I was so excited when I saw that we had put all this whole thing together for the magic funnel to be able to create it. Because honestly, I have trained and trained and trained and trained. If you type in magic funnel, you'll see probably 50,000 trainings from me just on the magic funnel, and then lots of other people that have done magic funnel training as well. Because we all know the value of the magic funnel. But it was a challenge. You had to understand the link and what it meant and parameters and stuff like that. They've taken all that away. And the most basic of basic person that doesn't understand anything about parameters or anything can actually now go in and set completely up that magic funnel, and it will work exactly as they want it to work. So I'm so excited. I'm telling you, our team is fantabulous. And also don't forget that new in Cheetah are the legal panels as well. So you can actually pull in the legal pages and legal panels. And those are fabulous because every website needs to have legal pages. You need to have a disclaimer if you're doing some kind of marketing type thing. You need to have a terms of website use and privacy policy. All of that needs to be there. And those are all in there for you already. You just pull them in, and then don't be weird and just take it as default, right? Don't be weird. Get in there and edit it for your information. Put your company name in there, edit for what you want that actual policy to be. But it is so much easier than you having to start from scratch and figure out what legal information do I need to put in here. It's there. Just edit and use it. It is absolutely freaking fabulous. No doubt about it.
That was my other question, Shelly. I could not find in our back office what those legal pages were. So I'll message you about that too.
Okay, great. Absolutely wonderful. Chip, go ahead.
If you have multiple domains, could you have a single email list and just use tags to segment them out?
Yep, you sure can.
I
love
need
that
another
method.
list.
Yeah, I love that method. That's my favorite method. The one piece we were missing was being able to tag people so that we could have one list. And when they came out with the mailing box tags so we can do that, that was another one that I just about fell out of my chair when I finally saw that implemented, because now I'm like, oh my gosh, I can have all my subscribers in one list and not have like 50,000 lists and try to remember, why did I put that list together and that list together? Now I can have them in one list and tag them, and then send those emails out and just use those tags to send to the people that I want to send to. I love that. I think that is just so fabulous and super duper excited that we have that. And working inside of Builderall and creating the new email system, that to me is my critical thing that I needed to be able to really organize Builderall's emails. And hopefully you guys are getting emails from Builderall now that are coming out pretty regularly. So you're getting the emails for being an affiliate. And we're going to have some more emails for you coming up really soon. And the goal is that we can now go into the email system and find everything we need and get those emails out to you. And it's very, very organized, which is one thing that I'm fairly good at. And that way you guys are getting what you need. We know what you're getting. We can find it. All those things that are important in managing an email system, for sure. So we're using the exact same system for Builderall that you guys are using.
Okay, so you're talking about doing tags with anything or just because of the magic funnel?
With anything. When we go into the email system for Builderall, our affiliates are not in an email system. They're actually a tag.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
So when you guys get an email from us, we are sending an email that's actually pulling the affiliate tag.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
So you're going to show us this next week?
No, what I'm going to show you is how to set up the email marketing form for just connecting to MailingBoss, and then using a contact form to create a magic funnel. And we'll talk a little bit about tags with the magic funnel.
Okay, I have something to say to you. I've seen the the blog updates. I don't know who is doing that. Is it you that are doing that?
It's my team. Yes, it's I have a whole team that's working on it. Yes.
It's absolutely incredible.
It is going to be amazing tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I wanted to say I don't know who created that. It's your team, or maybe Terry is working on that too. Terry?
Yes, we have a whole team that works on it. It includes Alexander Held, Terry Stevenson, and Frank Jimenez. So please feel free to tag them and tell them what you think of it, because y'all, I'm going to tell you right now, I could not have a better team. They work so hard. They are doing such a great job. And every single time I get to see these blog entries, I'm flabbergasted at what they came up with. And you guys are going to see the same quality, the same value coming at you in emails. You're getting that email system set up. And we've done just the first part of many things that we're going to be doing to keep emails coming at you every single week as well. So it's just amazing.
I've seen the new email sending. I mean, it was really great. So you said Alexander Held, I know him. Terry, I know her. And then the third person is who?
Frank Jimenez.
Frank Jimenez. Really, really good.
Yes, please let them know. I try to tell them every single time, you guys are awesome. You guys make me look so good. I'm saying you are so awesome. But they need to hear it from you guys as well. They need to hear that, because that, just solidifies that they're doing a good job. Yeah. They are. They really are. Yep.
One last question, Shelly.
Okay, fire away.
If you can share your screen again, when you did the workflows, there are green arrows near each of the boxes for the sequences that you created. Where do those lead, and how do you utilize those in the workflow?
So if you click these green arrows that say, if they open this email, I want to move the subscriber to a different list. If they open this email, I want to copy the subscriber to a different list. If they open this email, I want to change a field value. So you may have a field in there that is maybe a hidden field that you put as a value of 1. If they open the email, then that value changes to a value of 2. And that's just internal tracking for you. It doesn't mean anything except to you. If they open this email, give them a tag. If they open this email, send them another email that says, hey, I noticed you opened my email. All right. If they open this email, then or if they click a link, do this, or if they open this email, send them instant message. So the green arrow means if they open this email, do this.
Okay, got it. And then last question I promise for tonight, and it has something kind of do with the Cheetah Builder. On the Pixel Perfect, we had the ability when we created membership that we can only have it if you have an active Builderall account that you can gain access. Is that going to be rolled over to Cheetah anytime soon?
I'm not sure about anytime soon. We've actually talked about it, and I know that's on the list of to-dos, but I don't know when it's supposed to be done.
Okay, awesome.
Chris?
Sorry, could you just real quickly with the new folks, can you show them what that assistant thing is, what a chat, the virtual
Oh, yes,
assistant?
thank you for that reminder. Yeah, let me share my screen. And y'all, when you go to the Builderall homepage right here, all the way up here at the top, of course, you've got the upgrade button. Everybody should be $69.90. I'm just saying that's what you need to be at because that's the best option. But the next one is the Builderall assistant. And y'all, this is, I'm kind of biased in this because I'm the one that created it. So I have a lot of bias in it, but it is so freaking amazing when you get a chance to have a new person go through this, because if they click this, they're going to get to see our site bot in action. And it pulls up information on welcome to the Builderall assistant and click here to get started. And then it's going to ask them, what on earth do you want to do with Builderall? Do you want to become an affiliate or do you want to use the tools? So if they want to become an affiliate, they can click that. And then they have more information in that area about how to become an affiliate, if they're a free affiliate, or if they already have the premium plan. So they can click any of those, or they can go back to the main menu and they can choose the Builderall tools. So they can choose the Builderall tools from there. And then it's going to keep going through this particular site bot and keep letting them choose whatever they want to look at. So they can go backwards, forwards, up, down, sideways. And I love this complete list of tools because this is like every freaking thing we have on the dashboard. So if they're interested in builders, they can click builders. And then inside the builders, they're going to get exactly what's on that main menu. So they're going to get more information about Cheetah, about Pixel Perfect, about the Builderall Canvas, about WordPress. So when they click, let's say WordPress, it's going to give them information about WordPress. Then they can click this to go to a video with a general overview. They can go to another video that talks about the WordPress file manager. So let's say that I just do the general overview. If I click that, it opens up a YouTube video to actually talk about a general overview of WordPress. But now watch this. If I go back to my site bot, I can go to previous menu and choose another tool. So I can keep going through all of these tools and get a good look at all the tools that we have and what we can do. But then I can go back to the main menu and I can pick a different path. So I can choose Builderall tools again, but this time I might want to do show me what I can do. So I can click that. And now this area gives me some great ideas on what I can do with Builderall. So I get how to build a website in Cheetah, how to create a sales page in Cheetah. So this has some targeted training on some of the things that a new person might want to do. So it's a great resource to get them started. Now, when we talk about this assistant, it's available for you guys right now on the dashboard. But new people coming in, there's a couple of funnels that we're testing it out. And when they come into Builderall, we send them straight to the Builderall assistant so that they can actually go through that first and get some information on what Builderall is, what tools are available, and what they can do. So it is a great way, biased, this is a biased opinion, but it's a great way to kind of find out more information in kind of one place about Builderall as a whole. So I love it. And again, it's using our tool, that amazing site bot. Normally, when you think about the site bot, you kind of think of it as a thing at the bottom, like a chat bot, where you just kind of click the button and it opens up. But the cool thing about the site bot is it can be that. You can set it to be that. Or like what we've done, you can set it so it sends it directly to the site bot and opens like its own website. And so that's how we did it in Builderall. So we send it straight to the site bot link and it opens up just like a whole page. So it is absolutely fabulous, biased opinion, and I love it. So check it out. And then guys, if you are building a team, now you know that that's there. So put that bad boy in your email messages when you send emails out to your new people. You can say, hey, check out at the top of your dashboard, click that assistant button and find out more about what Builderall has available. You will look like a rock star because you just gave them a great resource. Okay. Thank you, Chris. But tonight we're actually going to go through and do the website part of connecting everything. And I have the same exact account. So we're going to work in the same account. And if you guys remember, I created a free account. So everything we're doing in here, we're doing under a free account. And I don't want you to miss the value in that, because what you have is the ability to give someone exactly what we're doing tonight. So they have the ability to go in there and create their email list. They're going to have the ability to go in there and create a website. And then they're going to have the ability to connect those two things, to send someone to a website to collect their email. So now they can ship out emails to them. So it's actually an incredible thing that you have to offer. And I want you to see it from beginning to end so that you can see the value you have to offer to anybody that's interested in building a website for their business, or building a website for their hobby, or building a website for their grandchild, or building a website because they're on TikTok and they got to share their videos, right? Whatever they want to build their website for, that you will have the ability to give that to them for free. And then if they decide they want more than just that free website capability and the limited email marketing capability, they can then upgrade to the $19.90 plan all the way up to the $69.90 plan if they really want to jump in and get some digital marketing done. So it's really cool, and I don't want you to miss that part of it, because this is such a neat opportunity for you guys to be able to give away those free websites. So let's jump in, and well, before we jump in, do you guys have any questions about what we covered last week? I don't think I had any follow-up questions from last week on private messenger. But last week we went in and added the subscriber list. We worked through the workflow to set up the emails and make sure that everything was set up. We talked about using the list that we created for our leads if we were doing a magic funnel. So all of that we talked about on the email side, and today we will go into the website side. So if there are no questions, we're going to jump in. Oh wait, I said one. Go ahead, Chip.
Last week you created only the first email. And when I was working on my stuff and there were several emails, I got confused about how each email in the autoresponder sequence needs to be a new campaign. And so what I did was I created my multiple emails, and every time I made a change, it went to every single one of them. Because
yes. We talked about that somewhere. I can't remember if it was on the training or if it was on a different training. But what was happening was you created one email, which was new. And then the other emails that you pulled in, you were pulling in as an email that was already created. You weren't creating a new email. So what was happening is you had 5 emails that looked like they were different emails, but they were actually all the same email. So when you changed one, it changed all of them. So if you're going to add an email to your subscriber sequence, then you need to make sure that when you click that create an email campaign, that instead of pulling one in already, you create new. That big blue create new button is what you click to create a new one. So that was the problem that we saw on your list, correct?
Yes, I wasn't comparing campaign equals email.
Exactly. That and that, write this down, you guys, if you have not written it down already, because this seems to be a catching point or a sticking point. And that is that a campaign, an email campaign, is a single email. It's one lonely email. It sounds like it's not, but it's one lonely email. To me, it's the same thing as when you say, like when you're talking about military stuff and you say a troop. To me, a troop always sounds like it's a group of people, right? But a troop is actually a person. So when you talk about an email campaign is one email, okay? And then when we talk about an email sequence, that's like the bucket. And inside that bucket, that email sequence bucket, we can have one email campaign or we can have many email campaigns, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, that is definitely a sticking point, and I see a lot of people get stuck on that, where they'll tell me, Shelly, I made an email campaign, it had 7 emails in it. I'm like, no, you didn't make an email campaign with 7 emails. So remember, sequence is the bucket, and inside the bucket, the sequence bucket, we can have a campaign or many campaigns inside the sequence bucket, right? And hopefully that will help you as you work through this. Any other questions before we move on? Alrighty, let's move on. I'm going to share my screen and we'll go into the account. And this is the same exact account that we worked in last week. And I'm going to go ahead and just start creating a website. So all I do is go to apps, and then I'm going to go over here to Cheetah. And we'll have it open up for us, and then we'll talk about what in the world we're going to do with Cheetah. So right now there's nothing in there. I'm not sure why it's showing up as Portuguese. Let me check my thing to make sure I'm in English. I'm going to go to account, and there I am in English. So we'll try it again. So I'm going to go to apps and then Cheetah. And it looks like we may be working in Portuguese today. Oh, there we go. Now it's pulled up in English. So apparently it knew I was going to get mad. So we don't have any websites in there right now. So we're just going to go ahead and create a brand new website. Now I'm going to first go through here and create an opt-in funnel. So we're just going to create a simple opt-in funnel, connect it to the email list that we created. And I'm going to show you all the pages that we need to be able to do that, how we do that, and we'll set everything up that way. Then once we've got that done and we understand how that works, we're going to scrap that one and we're going to create a magic funnel and actually connect it to that same email list. Okay, so we're going to do both of those tonight. I'm up for it. Are you guys up for it? All right.
Yeah.
Are you buckled in? Because that's the biggest thing. Chris is like, let's do this. All right. If you're buckled in, we shall get started. So I'm going to share my screen again. And I'm going to go to create new website. I'm just going to go up here, create new site. And we'll call this the opt-in funnel, if I spell it right, opt-in funnel. And then I'm going to copy that and paste it in the description. And I'm just going to start with a blank template. We've got so many templates you can choose from, so you can scroll through those if you want to. I won't take up all your time trying to just find a template that'll work. So we'll just start with a blank template. That's pretty easy. So I just blank. And what that does is that opens up my Cheetah website pages, and it gives me one page automatically. And this page is empty. There's nothing in here. And it names it the home page. So I'm just going to click edit to edit that home page. And now we're going to start building our opt-in funnel. So I'm not going to make this anything terribly special. Let me look in your eyeballs. All we're going to do is we're going to create 3 pages, 3 very important pages. We're going to create an opt-in page, and that's where they opt in. They give me their name and their email because that's what I want. And then once they give me that information and they click submit on the form, I'm going to send them to the next page, which is the email confirmation page. And that page is designed to give them instructions on what I want them to do. And what I want them to do is go check their email and confirm their email. So that's a really important page. The other thing that you can do on that email confirmation page is actually give them additional instructions, as in your email should arrive within 5 to 10 minutes. If it does not arrive within 5 to 10 minutes, be sure to check your spam folder. If our email arrived in the spam folder, please make sure to mark it as not spam so you can continue to get valuable information from our company in your inbox. So all of those things you can put onto your email confirmation page to make sure that your people understand what you want them to do. This is a perfect time to teach them exactly what you want them to do, okay? And you can even go step by step. So you can make it all pretty and say step 1, step 2, step 3, and make it so that they clearly understand what you want them to do. You can even give them instructions on how to move an email from spam to the inbox. And one of the email confirmation pages I did had like every email client that's out there, all the way back to like AOL and Netscape, and how to, I know, right? Carl's laughing. How to go into that email and move it from spam to the inbox. So it was in, you know, the accordion boxes that we have now. We had those in Pixel Perfect, and I had every single email client in an accordion, and they would click it and they would expand and give the instructions on how to move email from spam on that client to the inbox. So you can go as far as you want to with how you want to make that email confirmation page to make sure they have the instructions on what to do. So we have the opt-in page, we have the email confirmation page, and then the third page is the subscription confirmed / page. And that's the page where we say, congratulations, you are now confirmed and you are a part of our list, whether you like it or not. And we're excited to have you. So we've got the opt-in page where they give us the information, hit submit, the email confirmation page where we give them instructions on what we want them to do next, including checking their email and clicking the confirm link. And then we've got the subscription confirmed page or thank you page where we thank them for being a part of our new subscriber list. Okay, so everybody understand the pages that we're going to create together. Got it? Fabuloso. All right, so let's create those pages and have a little fun. So I'm going to share my screen. And I'm just going to kind of play with this a little bit. I'm going to go to add and I'm going to go to panels. And let's see if we can find some good opt-in panels. So here's some opt-in banners right here. We've got some absolutely beautiful ones here. They're actually stunning to me how pretty these are. And I'm just going to go with that first one because it's stunning. There we go. So this one says, attention local business owners who need to bring more customers and sell more. This announces a webinar or masterclass. I can change any of the wording that I want on here. And here's my form. And if I click on this, this is a Mailing Boss form. That's the one I want to use for connecting to Mailing Boss. That's an important thing to remember. And it's actually tall enough that I'm comfortable with the space that it's going to take up on the page. So I really like that banner. Let's stick to it. So I'm going to click save. And then that's fine. And so remember, we're creating an opt-in funnel. So this is the opt-in page. I'm going to go ahead and create a email confirmation page next. And I'm going to cheat because I'm a cheater. And so I'm going to go here to where my pages are. And I'm going to click the triple dots. And I'm going to click duplicate. I don't want my pages to look drastically different. I want them to be very similar. So I'm just going to duplicate it. And so we've got a second page. That's a copy. I'm going to go here to the settings. And I'm just going to change the name of the page. So I'm going to call this email confirmation. And then on the address URL, email confirmed. And then on the title, email confirmation, and description, email confirmation. And that's good for me. I'm going to click save. And now the name of that page matches what it's doing. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and edit that page. And then we'll change it up a little bit. So I don't need the form on this page because it's already on the opt-in page. And I can change some of the wording. So you are almost done. And then I'll give them some instructions. Please check your email and click the confirm link to confirm your seat at the master class. Okay, there we go. I think I got it. So I'll click outside of there. I'm going to move this up a little bit, move that up a little bit. And there we go. So yay, I now have a email confirmation page, which is reminding them to check their email and click the confirm link to confirm their seat at the master class. So I'm going to click save. And then that's fine. And Shazam, I have page 2 done. Now I need to create page 3, and that is the subscription confirmed / thank you page. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to cheat again. There's my pages right there. I'm just going to take this email confirmation page and click the triple dots, and I'm going to duplicate. And then here on the copy, let's see right here, the email confirmed copy. I'm going to click on the triple dots, and I'm going to go to settings, and I'm just going to rename it. So I'm going to rename it subscribe confirm. And then here, subscribe, confirm. And then we'll copy this right here and paste it right there and paste it right there. Perfect. And then Shazam. So now I have my subscribe confirmed page, and I will go ahead and edit that page and put the content on there that I want. So now here I can say something like, congratulations. And then say something like, you have successfully confirmed your spot for the master class. Be watching for sign in info in your email. And we'll kind of make it a little bit wider. Like that. And Shazam. So now we have instructions for them on what they need to do once they click confirm and they arrive on this page. So there's a couple of things that I want you to notice that are actually really important. Let me click save first because save is my friend. There we go. And I'm going to take a look at your eyeballs. I want you to notice how I thought about that email confirmation page and what I wanted to put on there, and then the subscription confirmed and thank you page and what I wanted to put on there. So as you're building a funnel like this to be able to collect their email for whatever it is that you're collecting their email for. So you may be giving away a report, you may be giving away an ebook, you may be inviting them to this master class, you may be sending them to a video training, whatever it is, you want to make sure that you're thinking about the value that you have in that email confirmation page to give them instructions, and then the thank you page to give them instructions on what their next thing needs to be. And then, of course, everything needs to be backed up by the emails that you send out that confirm everything that you just told them to do on either the email confirmation page or the subscription confirm page. So all of that has to kind of all work together. So what I'm saying is, don't build things by the seat of your pants. Okay? Think about these things. And do you know what it's perfectly okay to do? There's these utensils that when you like push them up against a piece of paper, they actually spill ink and it's organized when you move it a certain way. It's a cool tool. Find those pins and write it out first. It is like okay to do that. Because if you write it out and see it first, you'll be able to build a stronger funnel because there's purpose behind that funnel. I do not build websites without drawing them out and understanding what I'm building first. Because what happens is, even as much as I've been building and as fast as I can build, if I don't plan it out, I get in the weeds quick. especially if it's a big website that has more pages, maybe a sales funnel with upsells and downsells. If you do not draw it out, you're going to get in the weeds, and you're not going to be organized in thought on how can I get information to this end user to start building that relationship and keep in touch with them, infuse my personality in there, and let them see my business as more than just this series of pages, right? You want to have backup emails, and you want to have personality on your pages. All those things are going to attract that person to your business. So slow it down, use that pen, draw it out, and make sure you see it before you actually start building it. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah? Okay, great. So let's go ahead and take a look at the pages that we built. So right here, I've got my 3 pages. I've got my home page, my email confirmation page, and then my subscription confirm. Now, one thing that I cannot stand is these pages out of order. In my brain, I'm seeing it as home first, and then email confirmation, and then subscription confirm. It kills me a little bit inside when I see that out of order. So we now have the ability to change the order. So you can actually click here on sort, and you get a little white circle here that allows you to click and drag. So I can actually take these and drag them in the order that I want them. And so now magically I have the home page first, and then email confirmation, and then subscription confirmed. So once I get them in the order that I want them, I can click save sort. And now they will forever be in that order for me, which I really, really like. So that's another neat feature that we've just added to Cheetah. That's absolutely fabulous. So now let's go into the home page again and start configuring our email marketing form, the mailing boss form. So I need to go into that home page, which I think is right here. There it is, the home page. And there's our form right there. So this is a mailing boss form, and this form can connect directly to Mailing Boss. That's what this was made for, is connecting to Mailing Boss. So to do that, I can just click on this little star symbol, and we've got this wonderful little mini toolbar here. The star symbol is what we're going to work with right now. So if I click that, it's going to say, all right, Shelly, what list do you want to add the information that goes into this form to? And because this is a new account, I've only got 2 subscriber lists. If I didn't have a subscriber list already, I could click create new list and actually create a list on the fly. But if you remember last week, we already created our subscriber list. We called it Builderall Leads. So I can click on that one and then click save. And now it's connected to Mailing Boss. Okay, so if I fill this thing out with information, the information is going to send it into Mailing Boss. I also want you to notice something very important, and this is another kind of sticking point that a lot of people don't realize. If you remember last week, we created 2 fields. We created the first name field and the email field. Okay, if you'll notice, those are the 2 fields that are on this form. When you connect a Mailing Boss form to a Mailing Boss list, whatever the fields are in that list will be pulled into the form. So if you've got a wacky delic field in there and you're like, I didn't put that in there, you did. You did it when you were in the subscriber list, not necessarily when you were in Cheetah. Okay. Or if you're looking at the form going, well, I see the first name, but I don't have that last name in there, then you're going to have to go into Mailing Boss and add that field in the subscriber list, and then reconnect the form, and that field will actually pull in, and you'll have that field inside your form. So the important thing to remember is for the Mailing Boss form, it's going to pull the fields from the subscriber list in Mailing Boss. Okay, so we've connected our form. The next thing we do is click on this little set link. This is the next most important thing that we do. So if we click that, we have a little form that pops up that says subscription pending, subscription confirmed, and unsubscribe confirmed. Now, these are the pages that we set up so that once they fill out that form, where do we want them to go? So the first one is subscription pending or subscribe pending. And what that means is they fill out the form and they hit submit. What page do we want to send them to? Well, that's the email subscription pending page. So let's go ahead and click the no action. And then I'm going to click page. And here's all of our pages. I want them to go to the email confirmation. So I'm going to click that and then click select. So now it's got that page in there. Then once they click confirm in their email, where do I want them to go? Well, I want them to go to that subscription confirmed page. So I'm going to click the no action, and I'm going to click page, and I want them to go to the subscribe confirm page. So I'll click on that, and then I'll click select. And then the last one is unsubscribe confirm. Now, in all of the emails that go out, they're going to have the ability to click unsubscribe because that's part of the CAN spam law. It has to be on there. So if they click unsubscribe, you can actually create a page and add it here. That is the unsubscribe page. So if they click unsubscribe, it will take them to that page. You can do that if you want to. We're not going to do that tonight. But if you created that page, you would click no action and then choose the page that was the unsubscribe confirm page and then click save. We're just going to do subscription pending and subscription confirmed and then click save. And so now we've set up our email marketing form, and now I'm going to click the big save because the big save is my friend, and then that's fine. And believe it or not, this form is now ready to go. Everything's connected. I've connected it to Mailing Boss. I've connected it to the pages that I want to show up after they fill out the form. So now let's go ahead and look at the live website and see if it actually works and we get into Mailing Boss. This is the funnest part because you never know if it's going to actually work. So let's go back to the home page and we'll click these little triple dots and I'm going to go to the website. So I'm going to click it and we're going to let it load. I'm thinking about it because I've got so much running on the computer that the computer's like, yeah, I'm not going to load it really fast for you. There we go. All right, so I'm going to refresh to make sure I get all the new changes that I made. And I want you to notice one thing on this page, and that is that this is a free account. Okay, there's actually two things I want you to notice on this. This is a free account. So at the top of every single website they build is going to be a little banner that says this website was built with the Cheetah Builder in Builderall. Build your website today and start now. And if somebody clicks start now, that's going to go, the lead for that website is going to go to my sponsor, the person above me. They don't go to me, they go to my sponsor above me. So it's very important for people to understand that if they are giving away websites and doing stuff like that, that they want to sign up as an affiliate and get a paid plan so that they can get rid of that banner and get their own links. But that banner is on every single website that is free with Builderall. Then the next thing is down here at the bottom. Let me move this little thing to make sure that you can see it real well. Down here at the bottom, you'll see a little kind of almost like a watermark that says powered by Builderall. That is on there for the free plan, and you can actually turn it off on any of the paid plans. But when this is clicked, the affiliate gets the commission. So if they sign up for Builderall. So those are two places that you can actually get leads from giving away websites. So I'm going to look in your eyeballs again because I really, really want you to understand this. You guys can give away websites all day long. And when you give away websites all day long, these free websites, people can play in Cheetah and they can play and play and play and play and learn how to do Cheetah. And they build these great sites. And with that free plan, there's going to be that banner on top. And guess what? If anybody clicks that banner from those free websites that that person is making, you get the lead. Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. So everybody should be giving away free websites, right? You should be calling your brother, your sister, your mother, your teenage grandchildren, whatever you have. Say, don't you want to build a website? You want to build a website? You definitely want to build a website. Here's a free account, build a website. And when they share that website, if they have not moved up to a paid plan yet, that banner is going to be there. And if that person that's visiting their website says, wow, I really like this, I'd like to build something like this, and they click it and join, you get the lead. So go ahead, feel comfortable, give away those websites. Now is the time for sure. So I wanted to make sure you understood that because that is truly a big deal. Once you get on a paid plan, that banner goes away. So that's no longer there. And you also have the ability with that little watermark that was on the bottom right-hand side, you can turn that off. It doesn't have to stay on once you have a paid plan, and it's actually very easy to turn off, okay? So start giving away websites, no doubt about it. So let's go ahead and test this bad boy out and make sure it works. So let me share my screen. And I'm going to be Elizabeth right now, so Elizabeth. And let's see, Lizbeth66 at builderalldiva.com. So we're going to do reserve my seat. And once I click reserve my seat, I should go to the email confirmation page. So let's check that out. Oh, and I have to do this as a real email. So let me do a Shelly app. Hold on. Shelly, there we go. Shelly at Builderall Diva. So I'm going to reserve my seat. And let's see if we go to the right page. There we go. No, that's all right. There it is. There it is right there. Oh, and it says you have successfully confirmed your spot for the masterclass. I think it's because I put it as a single opt-in instead of a double opt-in. So if it was a double opt-in, it would take me to the email confirmation page. And then after that, I would go to once I confirm, I would go to the congratulations page. So because I set that up as a single opt-in in Mailing Boss, it took me straight to the confirmation page. Okay. Does everybody understand what happened? Do you want me to go back and change it so you can see it happen the right way? No, you're okay with it?
I think it's pretty cool that you saw that behavior though, because I mean, that would be a question I would have.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. We kind of talked about this a little bit last week, but I definitely want you to understand that when you're creating an email list, And this is not a magic funnel. So an email list really should be a double opt-in. But because we're going to do a magic funnel in a couple minutes, that needs to be a single opt-in. So I wanted to make sure to have that set up and approved by support before we worked on it today. But if you're collecting emails for an email list and it's not a magic funnel, you want it to be a double opt-in. And that's because it's going to be a better list. And you're going to get people that have to go in and confirm their email. And because of that, when you send out emails, it's going to go to an email instead of bouncing back. And hopefully it's going to be a warm list where not only does it go to their email, but they confirmed manually. So they wanted to get your email. So hopefully that means they'll open your email, which is good. And then if you've got links in there, hopefully that means they'll click some links too, which is good. Because all of that goes towards increasing your reputation for your email. And that reputation score is going to get you in the inbox instead of the spam box. So it's all related. And that's why it's so important to have that double opt-in when you're creating an email list. The magic funnel is a little different because that information is actually going into the Builderall database. And then roundabout, once it gets into Builderall and creates the account, it says, oh, wait, this is Shelly's lead. I'm going to put it in her lead list. And because it's in her lead list, I'm going to add it to this mailing box list as well. So it's kind of a roundabout way rather than directly adding them to a mailing box list because you're trying to create an email list. Okay. Does that make sense, Roberta? I want to make sure Roberta got it.
Yep.
Okay. Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. I've got a couple questions. So Willie first, and then I'll get Chip.
Well, mine's not a question, but mine is more of a comment about that little watermark at the bottom. Tell anybody, if you're an affiliate, please keep it there, because if they're not buying in your business, they might just hit on that and buy it. You're going to still get paid. I say,
yeah, you're absolutely right. And not only that, Willie, but if you build a website for like as a pro bono type thing, where you build a website for a Boys and Girls Club or the school band or the school choir or for a Rotary Club or something like that, which that's a great way to get started in this business, to start building some free websites. But build that free website and leave that watermark on there. That's kind of like their payment to you, right? And anybody that comes to that site, if they see that watermark and they click it, that's your lead. Yep, go ahead.
Oh, I'm talking about I leave mine on my websites.
Yeah, you can do that.
Because to me, that's, you're going to buy it into me one way or another. And hey, if you don't want to get my web service, hey, you're going to pay me as an affiliate anyway.
Yeah, and you can bake that into the price of the website too, right? So if you are pricing out a website, and let's say normally you would charge $5,000 to build this website, and the business looks at you and went, $5,000, that's hilarious. You can actually work with them on the price in exchange for testimonial, referrals, and leaving that watermark on there. So there's tips and tricks definitely to take advantage of that watermark. Let me get Chip first, and then I'll get Chris, okay?
I have a list that was from Facebook entries to Zapier to Builderall. So they're all as if it were single opt-in. Where do I find what to send to those people so that they can confirm and become confirmed in my Builderall list?
So you went Facebook to Zapier to, now are you using the Builderall Zap to do that?
Yes.
So you should be able to choose confirmed status.
So I just go through individually and change it from unconfirmed to confirmed?
No, you should. I think the Builderall Zap allows you to choose that it goes in as confirmed.
But I already have a whole bunch of them where I didn't make that.
Then you'd have to go in manually. Yeah.
And where do I find what to send them to say, hey, I need you to confirm your email?
I think you can resend the confirmation email. I think you could go into the subscriber and click resend on the confirmation email. It's been a while since I've seen that.
Could you show that where we find that confirmation email? Because I don't know where it's at either.
Yeah, it's a little tricky. Let's take a quick look at that because I think that's a valid question. So let me open up Mailing Boss here, and I'm going to go into this list. So I'm going to go to list and then my list. And here's my Builderall leads that we created last week. And I'm going to click this overview button. And that takes me to an overview of everything I can do with that subscriber list. Okay. And this is an important area because I've got this place called forms and not forms, pages right here, pages. If I click pages, that shows me all of the stock pages and stock emails that go out. And this is where I can edit them if I want to change what they say. So when I send out that subscription confirmed email, there it is right there. If I click that, I can actually edit that email. The most important thing you have to remember when you do this, though, is don't take that link off right there, because that's what they have to click to confirm. But everything else you can change. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So one thing with that email, so I find people a lot of times don't like to say, confirm my subscription. I usually change that to confirm my email, because I'm telling them to confirm their email.
Mhm.
So that might be something that if I've had people say they don't like saying subscription. So that's
right. That's very true. And the other thing I don't like about this is that it has the list name. So if you've got Builderall leads as the list name, they're going to say, please click here in order to confirm your subscription on the list Builderall leads, which doesn't even make sense. So you can take that off and you can make it say whatever you want to be able to send out to the client to be able to click confirm.
your email. Bam.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. Hopefully that answered the question. Yes. All right, Chris, go ahead.
Actually, in the chat, Derek has 2 questions, if
Okay.
you could address those.
Okay, it says, just to confirm, anyone who signed up with Builderall with the banner at the top of the page and the watermark on the bottom right corner, the affiliate free plan will get the lead, not the sponsor, any paid plans of the affiliate. No, I think it's actually, if you're on the free plan,
right.
If you're on the free plan and that person has a free website and somebody uses that banner to sign up, that person, even if they're an affiliate, does not get the lead. The sponsor above them gets the lead.
Right, okay.
That's how it works. And that's because you've given them a free website. In exchange for giving them a free website account and them being able to build as many websites as they want, they can't connect any domains, but they can keep building, keep playing and keep playing and keep playing, and even use the email marketing. And in exchange for that, Derek, that banner's on there for you.
But question for you, Shelley. If like I know that you and I both do this on our first email, it goes out and says, please sign up as an affiliate. If you signed up as an affiliate, don't they get the commission on that? And they don't get the commission until they've.
Nope. The only way they get commission is if they go into that affiliate area and grab their affiliate link. And they purposely go out there. Yep. If they purposely go out there and start to find business, then they will get commission. But on their website that's free, that's your advertisement because you gave them that for free.
Because I thought if you told them to sign up for it, then that was theirs. No. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. That's what I love about it. Is now affiliates should be going out there and going, you get a free website, you get a free website, you get a free website. Everybody gets a free website. I am Oprah today. And that's because you get the leads from that banner. So we should be giving out free websites like candy, right? That is a great thing that Builderall did. Carl, go ahead. And I'll get the second question while you're asking Carl.
Yeah, quick question on the affiliate thing. And I haven't drilled down into the free website building product, but so let's say you've given away a few free websites. Are there some promotional things in there where they say, hey, I want to make this live now? And you can't do it, we know, unless you have your own domain connected. To do that, you have to at least upgrade to the 1990 program. So is there some way for them to be notified? Again, I haven't looked through that part of it. I'm just curious, like, because they're saying, hey, gee, this is great. Or would they contact the affiliate? How would that work?
To be able to upgrade to like a domain?
Yeah, so what I'm saying is
every time they click publish, that little thing flashes that says, hey, if you want to connect a domain, in fact, it's there so often, Carl, that I forget that's what it says.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to know, right? Because I've got the premium version, so I didn't look at that part of it, right?
Yeah, every time they click save, and then when it asks them, do you want to publish, click publish, and then there's another pop-up that says, do you want to connect a domain? And I just keep clicking close. I don't even look at it anymore. But we have the option every time to upgrade and add a domain.
Cool. Okay, that's it.
So Shelley, on the free websites, they can't have a domain name, so it's going to be like Shelley at Shelter Builderall, whatever.
Exactly. It's going to be like whatever our username is. So I'm Skydiving Diva, so it's skydivingdiva.523034.net. Yeah. Yeah, it's a wacky name. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to definitely get to Derek's second question, but Carl, definitely what you should do is go to incognito and sign up for a free account on your own.
Yes.
And see exactly what happens and try to build a website and try to publish it and see, and that's the best way to check it out.
Yeah, everybody should do that. That is a great thing to tell them, Chris, is everybody should sign up under your own affiliate link as a free website plan. So you can see the process that the person goes through. And I think you'll be really surprised at, first of all, how easy it is to get that free website plan set up and ready to go. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, because I've tested a lot of different funnels, but I think that it's taking them straight to the Builderall Assistant when they sign up. So right away, they can go through that Builderall Assistant and say, okay, I want to use the tools, or I want to be an affiliate, or if they choose the tools, what kind of tools do you want to use? And it gives them more information. sends them to videos. I mean, it's just incredible what it does for those free website plans now to get them ready to go and building. And if you've seen that, that gives you more power to talk to people because you have a high level of confidence about what they're going to see. Okay. So yes, that's wonderful, Chris. Thank you. Derek's second question was, will there be any issue if the affiliate on the free plan built a website with Builderall watermark and then promoted using Facebook? Will the affiliate get banned by Facebook? No, you won't get banned by Facebook unless you're using an affiliate link for Facebook ads, right? Facebook ads are what the issue usually is. Facebook ads are very particular about what kind of websites you can send them to. You can't send any links that are to multi-level marketing, make money from home opportunities, stuff like that. They're very particular. And believe me, they'll let you know if you have the wrong ad in there, the wrong kind of link. But as far as just going into Facebook groups and sharing that link, you should be fine. Now, I say that with a caveat of Facebook has gone bipolar lately, and they have actually blocked links that don't make any sense. Like I was giving out a link to the form for the new positions that we have available in Builderall, and it's a Google form, right? It's just a plain old ordinary, nothing special Google form. And when I tried to put the link into the Facebook group so that people could follow it and apply for the position, it blocked the Google form. So Facebook is in full bipolar mode. So you have to think of some creative ways to share those links. So the way I solved it was I put the link in there, but put a space in between part of the link, and then just told everybody to take the space out and they should have the link. So you can try to shorten the link, but sometimes even shorteners, it'll see where it's going and block you. So my way is there's two ways. There's create a space in there and then just tell them to delete the space, or in a private message, I usually have a text file and put that link in a text file and then give them the text file. And then all they have to do is copy it and paste it into a browser. So those are my two ways of getting around that. Okay. Derek, did that answer your question? Okay, fabulous. We're batting 100, you guys. I don't know what we're going to do. All right. So are you guys comfortable with creating a lead or an opt-in funnel connected to MailingBoss, and it collects the information and puts it into MailingBoss? Are you okay with that?
Yep.
Okay. Let's take one look at, make sure that this Shelly person actually got into MailingBoss, because I want you to see that as well. Okay. Let me share my screen and we'll go into MailingBoss. Here we are. And we'll take a look at the subscribers, which it's looking good. There's one subscriber, so I think we're there. But there Elizabeth is, her real name is Shelly at Builderall Diva, but there she is, and she's in the confirmed status. And that's because if you remember, we called this a single opt-in list. So because of that, she went right to confirmed once she filled out the form. Don't do that for real. Okay, that was just an exception for this training. If you're going to create a form that goes to MailingBoss, make it a double opt-in. The reason we did that this time is because now I'm going to show you how to do a magic funnel, and a magic funnel being sent to the MailingBoss list needs to be a single opt-in. And we'll talk about why in just a few minutes. Okay, so thumbs up if you are with me so far. Okay, fabulous. You guys are awesome. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and go back into Cheetah. And this time we're going to talk about doing a magic funnel. So it's a little bit different than just getting an opt-in. And I'm going to look at your eyeballs to make sure you understand what the magic funnel is. This is one of my favorite things that Builderall has because it's so mystical and magical the way it works. But all we're doing when we create a magic funnel is we are creating an opt-in form that takes that information and sends it into Builderall to create a brand spanking new Builderall account. And then it adds it to your lead list. And then from your lead list, if you've defined what MailingBoss subscriber list you want it to go into, it will send that information into your subscriber list. Okay, so here's the hop. It's the opt-in form into Builderall, from Builderall into your lead list, from your lead list to MailingBoss. Got it? It's a long path to go through, but it's actually way easier to set up now because they've created this new magic funnel form. And I wept tears of joy when I saw this because it is so easy. I know, Bridget. I was like, I think they're trying to get rid of me. I'm convinced that I'm on the way out because they're just kind of automating everything now, which is great because now it's way easier for you guys to do this magic funnel and not have to understand all the little things that you need to know to be able to do it. So let's go ahead and set up a magic funnel. And what we're going to do is we're going to pretend like we're capturing leads to become new members of Builderall. And we, of course, want them to go into our lead list. And we, of course, want them to go into our mailing list so we can actually send them some emails about Builderall. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And we're going to take the email confirmation page out of the equation because this is a single opt-in list. So we won't have to have them hit the email confirmation page, but they will have to hit the subscribe confirm page. That'll be our thank you page for joining our team in Builderall. So I'm just going to edit that page a little bit. So I'm going to click edit page. And I'm going to just say, welcome to Builderall. So we can make them feel at home. So here we go. We'll click inside of there and say, welcome to Builderall. Fabulous. And then I'm going to say, click here to go to your dashboard. And let me spell that right. Perfect. All right. So there we go. And then the click here, I'm just going to highlight that text. And I'm going to go to my little link item right here on my toolbar and click that. And I'm going to get the office link. So I'm just going to go right here and get the link to the office, just like that. And then I'm going to go back to that page, wherever that page was. Hold on. There we are. No, that's not it. That's not it. There it is right there. And I'm going to click and put it in there. So that's a link to the office. And I'm going to click OK. And then, of course, save as my friend. So I'm going to click save and then publish. And here is what I was talking about a few minutes, Carl. This pops up like every time we save, but we are so blind to it because we have seen it so much we don't even take a look at it. But right here it says I want to connect my own domain. So if you're on the free plan and you click that, it's going to go, whoops, you can't. So you have to upgrade to do that. So it's going to be your reminder that you have to upgrade to be able to add your domain. Okay. So yeah, we see it all the time. And honestly, when I was even telling you, I was like, gosh, I hope that still says that because I don't even look at it every time I click save. But I'm satisfied with this domain. So I'm going to click I am satisfied. All right. So I click save on this. And this is the page that we want them to land on after they create the new account. So this is technically now our thank you page, our welcome page, whatever it is that we want it to do to give them instructions on what they need to do now that they've joined Builderall. Let me share with you on my team, I actually have a magic funnel and then a thank you page that says, oh, by the way, don't forget that you need to sign up as a free affiliate too. So on that thank you page, I have instructions on how to sign up to be a free affiliate. And then I remind them that they're going to get some emails from Eric and from me to let them know more about Builderall. So that's my indoctrination page to kind of let them know what to expect now that they've joined Builderall. Plus, I have the link to be able to go to the dashboard. So there's a lot of information that I give on that thank you page. What I want you to do is think, if you're creating a magic funnel and you've got that thank you page, what on earth do you want your new people to know? Okay, and then you put it on that page. So think about what it's like to be a new person. They're going to need to have a link to the dashboard. If you want them to sign up as an affiliate, give them instructions on how to do that. Maybe give them a link to one of the first trainings that they need to check out, or give them a link to that Builderall assistant so they can get started there. There's a lot of things you can do to get them started and get them a little bit of a jump start to get in there and start learning everything we can about Builderall. That's what you use that thank you page for. Okay, so don't let it just go straight to the dashboard. That's going to probably hurt them worse than you can even imagine, because now they're confused. And you don't want them to be confused. Indoctrinate them. Okay, let them know exactly what you want them to know. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen again. And so we've got that page, I think, pretty much ready. Let me go ahead and close down some of these windows so I don't accidentally save over something that I've already saved. So leave and leave and leave and leave. Watch me close the wrong thing. Leave. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and start editing my home page. And remember, we're skipping over the email confirmation page. We don't need that for this one. So I'm going to edit the home page. And on this one, I'm going to change the wording a little bit to say join Builderall. So attention local business owners. Let's say we need you on team. Awesome. There we go. And then we'll say join Builderall today. And then we'll say something like get a free forever website plan. There we go. And then we'll leave it as strategic planning, not strategic. Strategic planning. Do this right. Here we go. Almost there. Perfect. Practical training and Q&A session. Fantastic. So now this one right here, if you remember, we used this just a few minutes ago, and this is an email marketing form or mailing boss form. That's the wrong form. That's not the right one. We don't want to use a mailing boss form, because this form connects directly to mailing boss. And if you remember, we were going from our opt-in form to Builderall to the lead list to mailing boss, right? So we can't use this form, so we got to delete it. So out it goes. It's gone. Bye-bye. So now we're going to go to add, and elements, and then we're going to choose the contact form. That's the form that we want to use. And in the olden days, you would grab that contact form and configure it manually. But we have actually a new version of the contact form. So if you scroll down, it's called the magic form because we're creating a magic funnel. So I'm going to click magic form. Oops, click the wrong thing here. So I'm going to click magic form, and I'm going to drag that bad boy over here. And now I have a magic form in there instead of the mailing boss form. And I'm going to click and drag it like this. Perfect. And then I'll center it on the page just like that. And now let's take a look at what all is in this form and what makes this form so special. So the two things that you need to remember is these little icons right here, which is set fields. And then you can do reCAPTCHA if you want to, but I really like the set fields. That's probably the one that you need to know most about. And then of course the settings on the right-hand side, if you need to change the colors, it's exactly the same as the email marketing form and the contact form. You can change the colors, the design, the font, everything you can change, okay? So if you've got specific colors that you're working with, you can do that if you want to. But the most important thing is that little star where it says set fields. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And when I do, that opens up some information for me to fill out. So I've got some tabs across the top that says email, fields, or action. So what I can do with this contact form, okay, because it is a contact form, is I can fill this form out and make it send an email with the results, or I can send it to a special URL. Because this is a magic form, I'm going to work with the action and set it to go to a URL. That's where I want the results to go to, okay? Before I set the results, I'm going to make sure my fields are okay. So we're going to just ignore the email part. We don't need that for a magic form. So I'm going to click fields. And in this form, I'm collecting their name, their email. They're going to create a password. And I've also got a field called tag internals. This is a tag that's going to show up in Mailing Boss. So I can identify them as coming from a specific magic funnel. Now I want to look at your eyeballs to make sure you understand this. I've got several magic funnels that I use. One of them is a travel magic funnel where I give away a travel voucher if they join Builderall. I've got another one that's just a Team Awesome magic funnel where they're just signing up to be part of Team Awesome. And then I've got a whole nother funnel that's getyourfreebiewebsite.com, and that's a magic funnel. So depending on what funnel they hit, they're going to get a special tag. So on the travel voucher funnel, they're going to get tagged as T voucher. What that tells me in the system is exactly what funnel they came in from. But I can also set emails to go out to just that tag. So what happens is I can set up emails that are sending out the travel voucher to only them. And if somebody comes in through a different magic funnel, they don't have that T voucher tag, they're not going to get those emails that tell them how to get their travel voucher. Okay, so now I can start sorting and sifting people, even though they're in the same subscriber list. It's because they're coming in with different tags. Okay, that's the beauty of that tag internals. Now you can make your own tags to identify what magic funnel they're coming in from. Okay, so when I take a look at that tag internals, I can change it by clicking that little pencil icon. And I don't want to change the label. I don't want to change the tag. I want to change the default value. That's the only thing I want to change on this. And that is, how do you want to identify this person coming in? So you create whatever value you want to in there. I would keep them all capital letters, and you can use numbers if you want to. So all capital letters and or numbers. Keep it short but explanatory so you know what it is, because you're going to end up with a ton of these tags. So just make sure you make it as descriptive as you can so when you see it, you know where they came from. Also, you do not want to change the fact that it says required not and visibility hidden, because what that means is this item on the form is hidden to the user. They will never know that this field is in their form because it's hidden, because it has no value to them. It doesn't mean anything to them. It only means something to you. So when the visibility is hidden, that means it's in the form, but the user won't see it. Okay, got it? All right, so that's the only one that you want to change, is that default value. Once you change it, you click save. And so everything there should be hunky-dory. And then the next thing we'll do is go to action. Now this is where we put the URL of where we want the results to go to. Okay, so I wish that I was smart enough to remember all the URLs that we could create here and all the different parameters that we could create here, but I don't have all of them memorized. And I have a little form that I can go to, but I don't even have to do that anymore. because right here, it says click here to open the funnel club with the link generator. Let's do that. Let's click here. Let's open up the funnel club. And it says, do you want to connect a domain, buy your domain? I'm going to say, nope, don't want to, not ready yet. I'm going to close that up. And there's my link generator right there. That's that magical, oh my gosh, it's so magical, like tears of joy and magical. Because what you're going to do is you're going to click on it and you're going to go down to where it says magic funnel. And now we can start configuring that URL to put into that form for the magic form. So there's a couple of things that I need to go through here and decide. The first thing is, do I want to add my user ID? Well, don't even think about that one. Keep that check mark, because that's going to put your user ID for Builderall so that when they sign up through your magic funnel, you get credit for it. That's always good, right? So you want to keep that check mark. The next one is register on the free plan. There's only 2 plans that the magic funnel can offer, and that is the 14-day free trial or the free website plan. Remember, 14-day trial, they get everything for 14 days. The free website plan, they only get Cheetah and email marketing. There's only 2 things that they get. I think they might get Pixel Perfect now, but I'm not sure. But do you want to give them the 14-day trial where they get everything, or the free website plan where they just get a few things? Okay, I like giving away the free plan, so I'm going to check mark that. If you uncheck it, they're getting the 14-day trial. The next one is Cheetah Access, and I'm going to preface this by saying, with great power comes great responsibility. Because if you check mark this, you are giving yourself access to their Cheetah websites. Don't take that lightly, and don't just check it because you can. Okay, that's really important, because if they knew that you check marked that, you've been going in and peeking at their sites, they may not be too happy. So by default, I keep this unchecked. The only way that I'm going to go in and check out somebody's Cheetah websites is if they've given me permission. And I don't want to just give blanket permission to everybody that comes in. Okay, so I leave that unchecked. The next one is redirect after they register. So once they fill out that magic form and hit submit, where do we want to send them to? And that is our thank you page that we created, right? Didn't we just go in and create that? We redid the thank you page. So we want to get the link to that page. So I'm going to go back into my Cheetah page, and right there is the thank you page. So I'm going to go to the triple dots, and I'm going to go to website. And Shazam, here's the link for it. So I'm going to click on there and copy it. And then I'm going to go back to my little form thingy, and I'm going to paste it in there. And Shazam, I now have my thank you page in there. But I have another option, and that is, instead of sending them to a thank you page, I could actually send them to a specific plan. So I can say, hey, I'll give you a free website, but oh, by the way, let me upsell you while you're in the mood to buy something. And you can send them to the $1 offer. You can send them to the $19.90, $29.90, $49.90, $69.90, whichever one you want. So if you think your funnel is strong enough to send them into the buying mood and send them to one of the plans, you can offer them the plan. Now they may say no. And if they say no, they still get the free plan, because that's what you sign them up for with the magic funnel. If you choose to send them to a plan, they have the option of buying and getting that paid plan, or saying, no, thank you, and they still get the free plan. Okay, got it? Okay, I'm gonna choose to send them to the URL because I wanna send them to my thank you page. The next thing is, do you want to add this person that joins Builderall to a special mailing list? So you can do that here if you want to, but I'm gonna show you how to do it from your leads list. Okay, so before we actually test out a person, I'm gonna actually show you how we can add them through a different way to our Builderall leads list. Okay, so I'm going to just leave this as not configured, and then I'm going to click get link. And here's my link right here, and it's got a bunch of gobbledygook there. You don't have to understand any of it, which is cool. All you have to do is click this little copy button, and it will copy the link that it created. And now I'm going to go back to my magic form. So let me find my magic form right there, and I go into that action URL, and I paste that link that was created. And that has everything I need. And everything I need means that once they fill out the form and hit submit, they're going to create a brand new free website plan with Builderall, and they're going to be added to my lead list. They're going to be on my team, and they're going to be added to my own lead list so I can see them coming in as a lead. And then in just a minute, I'll show you how I'm going to send them to my Builderall leads list in Mailing Boss. Okay, so once I've pasted that in there, I'm going to click save. And I've done a lot, so I want to make sure I click Big Save, because Big Save is my friend. and I'm going to publish. And then of course I get that magical box that says, hey, do you want to connect a domain? I'm just going to say I'm satisfied with this domain. And now everything is actually saved, and this bad boy is ready to go. But before I test it out, I want to make sure that all my leads that come in get sent to my mailing boss list. So I'm going to go back to my Builderall dashboard here, and I'm going to go to my affiliate area. And I don't know if you can see that. Let me move this out of the way. And I'll click affiliates. And if I'm clicking that for the first time, it actually joins me as an affiliate. And then I'm going to go to my leads area. So I'm going to click leads right here. And this is the area where when I get a new lead, they'll show up, they'll tell me what day they joined, and they'll tell me if they're active or if they're testing or if they're on the free account. And it takes a minute for this to load because my computer is really slow with Zoom running. So we will wait for this bad boy to load. Come on, baby. Mama needs a new pair of shoes. Let's go. It's almost there. But on the leads list, there's a way that I can make all of my leads also get sent into Mailing Boss. So here we go. I have 0 leads right now. Let me move this thing out of the way. So 0 leads right now. But right here where it says options, I'm going to click that down arrow, and I'm going to choose save email list. When I click that, it allows me to choose one of my Mailing Boss lists. So I'm going to click the down arrow, and I'm going to choose Builderall leads and then save. And now every single lead that comes in and gets added to this list is also going to be added to that Mailing Boss subscriber list as well. So the one thing you need to remember is if you have leads already in your list and you haven't done this yet, if you make this change, it won't take everybody that's there and put them in. It will only take the new people that you get and put them in. Okay, that's important because if you have 500 leads already, you're gonna have to manually put them in if you want them in the Mailing Boss list. Okay, this only starts the day that you implement it. Okay, so now we've created our lead magnet funnel. We've connected everything. We've connected the leads list to Mailing Boss. We've got our Mailing Boss subscriber list ready to go. It's a single opt-in. I think we're ready to test it. Are you guys ready to test it? Yeah, well, let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get the link. So I'll go here, and there's my homepage. So I'm going to click the triple dots and go to website, and we'll do like this. And then I'm going to take that link and copy it. And now let me look at y'all's eyeballs because I need you to definitely understand this part because this is the fun part that a lot of people miss this too. This is another sticking point. If you'll notice, I'm already logged into Builderall, right? I'm logged into my dashboard. I'm accessing my dashboard. It sees me as logged in. So if I opened up that website and just went to it, it would already see me logged in to Builderall and it would not create a new account. So I have to be sneaky about it. I have to make the computer think that I'm new and I haven't been logged into Builderall yet. So to do that, we're going to use something called incognito in our browser. So let me show you how to do that in Google Chrome. So remember, I copied the link to my website. That's the link right there. And I'm going to go up here to this top right-hand corner, and I'm going to click this little yellow arrow. For you, it might be triple dots. It might look a little bit different, but it's the furthest icon over to the right. And I'm going to click that, and I'm going to choose New Incognito Window. And it is actually exactly what it sounds like. You are going incognito, where that browser cannot see that you're logged in already. It cannot see that you've got a Builderall account already. It can't see the cookies that you've got on your system. You can't see anything. It's like you're flying blind, which is great because then I can put that link in and hit enter, and it will treat me like I'm a brand new person signing up for Builderall. Okay, that's how we need to test these magic funnels to make sure they work. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new person. So I'm going to create James, blah, 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 at builderalldiva.com. And the fabulous part about this is you can create a fake email. It is okay. Remember, it's only a single opt-in system. Use a fake one to test. I usually do like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. So if you use those as test people in Builderall, they probably won't work because I already have them in there because Batman's on my team and Wonder Woman's on my team. But you can put a fake email in and then just copy that email and then just use the same fake password every time. For me, it's a secret 2020. And that is because if anybody asks you what your password is, you can tell them it's a secret this year and you would be actually telling them and they wouldn't even know. And then you hit submit. And what we should see is that we're taken to that thank you page. So there's the thank you page. And here's the little area where you can click to go to the dashboard. Also, every time I test this, and the new lead shows up in my other dashboard that's open, which is in the other tab, I hear a little pop sound. You know how when people go like that, it's a little pop sound like that. I can't do that. I've never been able to do that, but I actually just heard it. Yeah, I just heard it. So if I bounce over to my other window, let me move this out of the way. So I'm going to open the other window here, and I go to my dashboard right here. You'll see that I have a new lead, and that new lead is James. You see that right there in that bottom right-hand corner? So James is now a lead in my system, but wait, he's not showing up in the lead list. Well, that's because we have to refresh the page. So let's refresh this page, and we should then see James as a lead in the system. Okay, so there he is as a lead. He's actually signed up as an affiliate as well, so yay. I'm not sure why he's being signed up automatically as an affiliate, but we won't complain about that. And now what we should also see is that James should show up in our mailing boss list as well. Because remember, we set it here in the options that once we get a new lead, it should be sent to our mailing boss list. So let's jump into mailing boss and see if that's true. So here's mailing boss. Here's our list. I don't see him, but I got to refresh the page. So I'm going to click refresh. And there's James right there. And he's got that tag that we had of Magic Funnel. So now if we add a special email that we wanted to send out to only those people with the tag Magic Funnel, he would actually receive that email, but Elizabeth didn't get that tag, so she wouldn't.
Hey, can I ask a quick question?
Sure, go ahead.
So you had mentioned that with adding them to the list, that any leads you already have would have to be manually added. How would we do that?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked that. If you notice right here on my subscriber list, I have create new.
Yeah.
I just click create new and I can add them in. And if I want them added in with a specific tag, I can actually add the tag here as well.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
You're welcome. Also make sure that the status on it, you want to make sure they're confirmed if you're having to manually put them in from your lead list. Now, I don't recommend this if you've got just a whole list of people that came in from just a regular mailing boss form, because they need to be double opt-in. And if you're manually confirming them, that's not double opt-in. But on the Magic Funnel, those that are already on your lead list, go ahead and confirm them. Okay, you don't want to have to send them an email out to have them confirm who's already in Builderall and they're already active as a lead in Builderall. Carl, go ahead.
Yeah, this is a really, it's been in my mind for a while about lists. Real quick, I know that I was reading some older documentation. I think it was in the 37-page policies of Builderall. And I think at one point you were only allowed to import 1,000 leads. Now, I've been working with lists for years, and I have people that I have opted in. Aweber has a similar policy. So how do we go about, let's say we have a list of 5,000 people, for example, or 2,000 people. I have a list of 26,000 people, in fact. How would I go about working that list, showing that these are actual people that I can actually contact, and then bring them into Builderall if I wanted to do something like that?
So all you do with that, Carl, is you contact support, and they're going to ask you a couple questions to make sure that they trust that it's a valid list, that you didn't go out and scrape or something like that. Because we do have people that come up with like millions.
I know what they are. Yeah, I know what they are. Yeah, I've been down that road.
So, exactly. So they're just going to ask you a few questions to make sure that it's not like something like a scrape list or a bot list.
Okay,
and
cool.
if you satisfy them on those questions, then they'll help you import them as confirmed.
Oh, perfect. So it'd be like a CSV import or something like that, right? Okay,
Yep.
Cool. Awesome.
Member, otherwise it won't let you import.
No, I'm sorry, Bonnie, what'd you say?
You're a premium member, otherwise you can't import.
Right, because of the number. Exactly. You have a certain number of subscribers. So for the number of subscribers that you'd have, Carl, you'd have to talk to support and have them help you import it in, and you would have to have the premium account to be able to do that. Yep.
I went with a premium account right off the bat. I didn't.
I know, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
like why would you? This is in my world. Like it just makes total sense. Just saying.
Yeah. You're in my world as well, and we can party together because your world sounds very similar to my world.
Yeah. Cool. Very good.
Chris is there too, I think, so we're all good. I think all
Chris,
of you guys.
Chris, don't settle down, okay?
Yes, the premium plan to me is the absolute bomb diggity. And while I have been in those days where the $19.90 would have been all that I could afford, my heart would have been in making sure I made enough money to get up to that premium level as soon as possible, because there's no doubt the value in that premium plan is there. And if there's ever a time that I can have just 5 hours of just pure, let me tell you how you can make money with Builderall, I could go 5 hours on the premium plan talking about the many different ways that you can make money with Builderall. The $19.90 plan, you can make money, but the $69.90 premium plan, there's so many different ways. And I am very, very excited about the new niche funnels and the possibilities there to create a business just from that. So many opportunities for sure. So if you're not on the premium plan, check it out, you guys, and really work towards, I'm not telling you to sell a kidney. I'm just telling you work towards making enough money every month. So sell a website or two and get that extra money. And the first thing you should invest in is upgrading so you can get all of the tools and then just be unlimited with what you want to do with Builderall for sure. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, Patrick has a pretty interesting question here.
I always have interesting answers, so let's check it out. Patrick says, I'm a little late to the party. If this has been asked already, I'll pick it up on replay, but is there a way to stop any of the stock emails from going out? For example, the welcome email or the confirmation. The confirmation email, no, that's going to go out automatically because if you've got it set to double opt-in, it has to go out, but you have the complete ability to edit that email. The welcome email, by default in the system, the welcome email is actually turned off. And I like that better because the welcome email is in a really oddball place. It's kind of one of those where they kind of, what they did was they found the deepest, darkest corner of Mailing Boss and set the welcome email there. And you'd have to, go through an act of Congress to remember where that welcome email was. So one of the things that I asked them to do is to please turn that bad boy off because my welcome emails are going to be in the email sequence. That way I go to the welcome email and all the other emails that are going out too. You can edit them all in the same place. And they were nice enough to definitely make sure that the welcome email by default in the system is turned off so I can make my own welcome email in the sequence. So that is definitely under your control as well.
So you know, Shelley, I'm sorry, he's asking, can you show how to turn it on and off?
Yeah. Let's check it out. So I'm going to go to share my screen. And then I'm going to go to the list area. So I'm going to go lists. And then I'm going to go to overview. And here's where you can do everything that you want to do with the subscriber list. This is every little area you can touch with your subscriber list. And I'm just going to go to the update area. So when I click update, that kind of takes me back to the beginning settings of what I can do with the subscriber list. And down here, we've got some blue buttons. And one of them is advanced. So if I click advanced, there's lots of different options here. And I'm going to give you some secret stuff that is advanced that not many people know about because this is so cool. But right here is where you can change whether you want single opt-in or double opt-in, single opt-out, double opt-out, and then here's the welcome email. So by default, it's set to no. But if you set it to yes, then back where we were looking at those pages, do you remember where I told you where the stock pages and the stock emails were at? The welcome email is there. And it's a pain in the booty to find when you're thinking about where all your other emails are at. So for me, I love it as turned off, so I don't have to hunt down my welcome email. Also, another big deal is if you've got a subscriber list and somebody tries to subscribe that's already a member, it will send them to a butt ugly page that says subscriber list already exists. Please update your information. You can create your own page that says subscriber already exists and put the URL of that page right here. And then if they try to subscribe a second time, it will send them to your pretty page instead of the ugly page that is the stock page. So that's another really cool one to know about. And then let's see, notifications, this button right here, I'm going to tell you another secret that is so good that some of you may openly weep. So if I click notifications right here, we can actually set it. So if you get a new subscriber, you can actually get a notification of that new subscriber by email. So you set this subscribe to yes, and then put your email in there. And every time you get a new subscriber, you get an email notification that you got a new subscriber. You can do the same for if they unsubscribe, you can send a notification to yourself. And if they confirm, you can get a notification to yourself. Let me tell you the value in this. If you have a huge subscriber list, this is going to be a pain in the butt, right? Because you're going to get ding, 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 ding. That's going to drive you nuts. So it may not be that valuable for getting notifications to your own email. But the other thing you can do is you can actually set this to go to an email in Zapier. Now, why would you do that? Because if you send the information from your form, the data that you collected, to Zapier, then all of a sudden with Zapier, you can parse that information out and send it to a Google spreadsheet. You can send it to another program, whatever you want. So this is a great way to parse out information from an email list and get it into a Google spreadsheet or something like that. Okay, so that's super powerful. And I see Carl smiling. That is a big deal. That is like ninja move right there. So congratulations, you guys are now all ninjas. Go ahead, Carol.
Actually, yes, excuse me, about Zapier, you said that you would put, instead of whatever email, you would put the Zapier email here?
Yeah, when you go to Zapier, you can set up a Zapier email system, and then it will give you an email, and you put that email into this little field right here and set this to yes. And then every time you get a new subscriber, it will send that information to Zapier. And then from Zapier, you can do whatever you want with it. You can parse out that information and say, all right, I want the name, and I want the email to go into a Google spreadsheet. Or you can even set it so that it sends out from a Gmail account instead of from mailing box. I mean, it's ridiculous what you can do. Zapier, what Zapier does is it connects two programs that normally don't work together. It allows them to work together by pulling the data from one and putting it into the other so that you can use them together. So that's all that you're doing with Zapier is you're pulling it out of mailing box and putting it into something like Google spreadsheets or something like that. Okay.
Yeah, that's nice. Yes, it's better than what I have right now, because I have only one email for all my sites, but it's like email. It's not workable. It's not functional.
Yeah, if you could possibly zap it and put it into a Google spreadsheet, so you can just have it all in a nice spreadsheet, it's beautiful, and it works beautifully. It's really, really nice.
Okay, I had another question about the tag internals, because actually we created like maybe 4 or 5 or 6 magic funnel different ones. And so I put the tag internals and everything, and then all of a sudden it changed, and now you can do it better. So what do you think it would be better? It would be better to recreate the list with the new system, or continue with the old one?
You can merge lists. Is that an option that you're thinking about? Is merging?
No, actually, I didn't start it to promote yet, because I'm waiting for some little things. So, I mean, there is nobody that is there, but I was thinking, instead of having an old way of doing this internal whatever, I could redo the way it's done now.
Yeah, if it wouldn't be, too big of a deal, then I would start it fresh. So you have a clean list, clean tags, clean everything, and it'll be better organized for you. That's actually exactly what we did with the Builderall email system. We just kind of went all the old stuff and we just created all brand new lists, all brand new tags, all brand new everything. And hopefully you guys are getting emails like you're supposed to. And it's a much better system. It's just because after a while that stuff can build up, and it was the old way of doing things. So now that we've got this new thing plus the tag internals, we've got a very powerful system, and it's very organized if you set it up brand new.
Okay, good. I'm going to do that.
Okay. Chris, go ahead.
I don't know if we should mention this, but is Builderall, I'm sorry, Mailing Boss being updated?
Yes, at some point we are going to get an update to make it easier to use. I think with workflows is like really, really easy to use once you jump in there and kind of drag that list in and then create your email sequence, and then you can edit everything right there in workflow. So it's really, really easy to use. But I think for a lot of people, it's still a little confusing. So I know that they're working on the user interface to make it a little bit better. But as far as the ETA on it, I have absolutely no clue. That one I can't tell you. I don't even have it. I don't even have an inkling. I can't even lie to you because I have no idea.
I have 2 questions, Shelly, if possible.
Go ahead.
First question, is there any benefit when you did the magic funnel to creating ad to your mailing boss from the other space versus when the magic funnel asks you, do you want to add it to mailing boss? Is there any benefit from adding it to when the way that you showed us versus what's available when you actually try to use the link generator?
It depends on what you want. Now, when I first started Builderall, I was like, I need to have 52,000 lists because I want a list for this and a list for that and a list for this and a list for that and this list and that list. Blah, 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 blah. It sounds like a country song. But now that we have the ability to do tags, I want one fling list.
So you can just segment them based off the tags.
Exactly. That's it.
Okay.
So I don't need to use that other mailing boss capability while I'm building my magic funnel link, because I'm going to have them all of my leads for mailing boss, or all of my leads for my magic funnel going to one mailing boss list, which is my Builderall leads list. And then I'll separate them out by tags.
Okay, that makes sense. And the second question, I don't know if you covered this, but can you show us through workflows how to send out a broadcast email real quick?
Yeah, that is super simple. Well, let's look at that real fast, okay? Because I think that's another really good question. So let me move this out of the way. And here I am in in Mailing Boss, I'm going to go back to workflows. And I'm going to go to that workflow that we created. So right here, Builderall leads. And let's say that I decided that all of my leads in this list need to get just a regular email. So I'm going to send out just a regular email. It's going to go out on a specific date at a specific time. And I don't necessarily want it in my email sequence. I just want it to go out to all my leads. So I can either choose to click this arrow right here and do an email, but I actually like it better to go over here to elements and do an email campaign and just kind of pull it over. So it's kind of off by itself to remind me that it's its own little email. It's not part of an email sequence, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and click the edit. And it says choose the campaign. So I'm going to click new campaign. And I'm going to say regular email. And honestly, I have a naming convention that I use with all of my emails for Builderall, where I put the date. So for today, it would be 05/05/2020, and then dash. And then I actually just call it REG. And then for all the lists and stuff, I actually identify what lists are going to get this email in the name. That's important to me because I want to be able to look at that campaign name and know immediately who got this email. So I'm just going to say all active. And then the next thing I put is the tags. So if it's going out to a specific tag, then I put that tag. So let's say it's going out to the magic funnel tag. So this is my system that I use in the Builderall email to make sure that we can see immediately for every single email when we created it. Is it a regular or an autoresponder? Who is it going out to and what tags? And then the last part is just a short description of what the email is. So regular email for training, just like that. Okay, every single email in the system is labeled like that in Builderall. And we are able to find those emails fast and see exactly when we created them, what they are, who they're going out to, are there any tags, and then that short description. So right here on the type, of course, we have the type of regular. And if I try to click that, I can't click the down arrow. It says it's got to be a regular. And now I have to choose what list it's attached to. So if I click the down arrow, I'm going to make sure that all of my Builderall leads are going to get this email. And then I'm going to click create. And now I have all of the same things that I have for the sequence emails. So I can start editing my email. And let me change the lorem ipsum or else it's going to pitch a fit. So Shelly is changing the email because the system will pitch a fit. Here we go. And we'll copy this and then paste it just like that. There we go. And we'll pretend like that is a beautiful email, a regular email. And then I'm going to click save and next. And now just exactly like the sequence email, I'm going to make sure that the from name is correct, the from email. And remember, this is a free account, so it's got that wackadelic Mailing Boss email as the from. When they get a paid account, they'll be able to do a professional email. And then the reply to email, the tag for the email tag, and then the subject. So whatever the subject is from Shelly. And then save and next. And now this being a regular email, I get to now choose, instead of in relationship to when they joined the list, I get to choose exactly what date and time this email is going to be sent. And remember, the time is in relationship to the time zone I picked in my profile. Okay, so I'm going to click the down arrow and I'll choose that it goes out on the 6th at 2:00 a.m. because I want them to wake up to my emails. I can choose to send an email test if I want to make sure that the email looks the way I want it to look. And then I click save and activate. And now that bad boy is actually activated and it is going to be sending on that date at that time. And remember that when you put that description in, the name of that email, notice that there's that name right there. So I can see the information that I need to know about that email. And then I also see that it's a regular email. The only thing that I can't see, which I've asked them to add, is the date that the regular email is going out. Okay.
Now, can you select, I didn't see that part, the tags? I know you say you might have multiple tags. Can you see, select the tag that it goes to?
So I can click this one and I can go right here to filter for tags and right there.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Easy peasy. Bonnie and then Chris.
So the question I have is this, is if I have somebody who I'm doing a contact form for, and I want to be able to add them to a mailing list. So I know you gave me that you can do the action with the. Oh,
I love that you asked that question. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
And she's so busy she can't answer me. So I said, I'm going to ask her here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is another hidden thing that is so awesome that you guys are probably going to leap with joy over this one too.
I know the system.
Yeah. Let me share my screen and I'll show you that one real quick. Okay. Let me go back to Cheetah to the right page. And I'm just going to go ahead and add just a contact form in here. And I'm going to show you another really cool way that you can use the contact form as almost like a mailing boss form. Okay. So I'm going to go over here to the side and I'm going to choose contact form. So add element and contact form. And we're just going to drag that bad boy in right there. All right. So one of the things that I have to remember is what were my fields in Mailing Boss. And if you remember in that Builderall leads list, I had two fields. I had the name field and the email field. That part's critical. So I need to edit those fields. So I'm going to go to fields and I'm going to delete the last name, delete the phone number, and then I'm going to edit to make sure that this one, the tag is F name, to match the F name in my Mailing Boss list. That's critical. If the tags don't match, it ain't a gonna go.
Okay.
Okay. It ain't a gonna go. So the tags.
Because I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like something.
Yeah, that might have been it. And that's what I was thinking might have been the problem, Bonnie, but I didn't have time to get with you about it.
No, because I'm doing the training for my course on email and contact forms tomorrow. So I'm like, I gotta find this out.
Yeah. So these have to match. And let's go back to Mailing Boss and make absolutely sure they match, because if they don't, they're not going in.
Okay.
So I'm going to go to Mailing Boss and I'll go to my list. And right here is the Builderall leads. So I'll go here to overview. And then here are my fields.
Yeah.
My fields and F name and email. Okay. So those are the ones we need in the form. And that's what we've got. So I'm going to click save. And so now I've only got those two fields, which are matching what's in my Mailing Boss list. And now I'm going to go back to that little star and I'm going to click action. And here's the URL right here. But we're not creating a magic funnel. We're actually sending it to that subscriber list. So I'm going to go back to Mailing Boss and I'm going to go back to my list and look at my little blue card. And right here on the blue card, there's a subscription URL.
Yeah.
You see that? That's a magical URL. If you copy that link and then add it to that action, now what it's going to do is whatever they fill out in that information when they hit submit, it will send that data to that link. And if the tags match, it will put the information into the right tag.
So for example, if I wanted to capture all these people, I should probably ask for a single opt-in versus having them fill this out and then have to confirm.
My preference, if I was sending it to Mailing Boss, I would do it as a Mailing Boss form, not a contact form. So I wouldn't use a contact form to send the data to Mailing Boss. I'd use an email marketing form.
But if you're using it as a contact form and people are sending you messages and you want to grab their information at the same time,
then I might zap it out and zap it in. Okay. That would be easier. Zap it out and then use the Builderall zap to zap it in.
Okay.
Chris?
Preston is asking a question. Do you have or are you doing a training on creating and using tags?
I think I've done a training on doing tags, but I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I did a Tuesday night training, probably a couple of Tuesday night trainings on it, but it's about time to do it again. So we can do that again, hopefully really soon. Do you guys need a training on tags?
Is that training already in your knowledge base that you're going to be going out soon?
I don't know. I've added so much to the knowledge base. I swear to God, I don't know. My days are a blur right now because I'm creating new training. I am taking old training and putting it into the knowledge base that's still valuable. I just created a huge PDF file of all of the tools, a description of all the tools, and an area where you can take notes. So if you wanted to take notes about the tool as you're learning about it, you could. So my days are getting a little blurry as we're getting closer to getting that knowledge base released. Sometimes there's a lot of information. But yeah, we can do another training on the tags because to me, the tags are fabulous. Working with the Builderall email database and being able to have all the tags so that we can manage what emails go out to whom and when they get them. And like we have an email going out to everybody, all the inactives and actives, but then we've got emails going out to only affiliates, which is a tag. So we pull all of our lists, but then send to only that tag. So y'all, it is amazing what you can do. And I have so much fun. I'm such a nerd because I have so much fun when they tell me, Shelly, we need an email to go out. I'm like, I'm digging it out. I get to figure out I get to figure out what list to go to and what tags. Go ahead, Frankie.
Hi, Shelley. My question concerns the inactive leads. Do you have maybe some email swipes that you farm that area with, or?
I kind of do those. I do those as I get the bee in my butt to do them. I don't have really a sequence that goes out, and I've got James's new BAS system, the Builderall segmenting system. And so I'll probably create some that will be automated to go out to them when people hit the inactive.
Yeah.
But usually, once every couple of weeks, I'll just kind of go in there and go, oh, I probably should email my inactives and let them know that I'm still alive and breathing. And I'll just send them a real quick email that says something like, wow, you'll never believe what we finally have added to Builderall now, right? But yeah, honestly, Frankie, if you go to that blog is going to give you some great ideas on what to send them.
Thank
you. It really will. I think that is one that you can go to and get some great content for emails to go out to your inactive people.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Shelley.
Yeah, Karen. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Hope you've been well. A couple of people put in your tag video. I was going to say that definitely was at the beginning of the year. So they did that for you. And what I'm hoping to find out, it's a little bit, it is unrelated. I want to put a request in for maybe with Cheetah and e-commerce or shopping cart training would be really helpful, I think, to a lot of people here, because now we're all working from home and, we can't do the things we used to do. So
I think that's a great idea. And actually, I just finished shooting a training on how to integrate Shopify products into Cheetah. A lot of people don't know that if you have a Shopify store, you can get HTML code and integrate Shopify individual products and even categories of products. So that training is coming out real soon. It's done. We just got to get the intro, outro, thumbnail, and then get it up on YouTube. And then I'm also doing a training on how to build a store with small number of products, like 10 to 20 products. You wouldn't want to do more than this, but using the PayPal cart system, which is where you can put your items up there. They click the item to purchase, and they can purchase one or more than one, and then click the cart button to go ahead and pay for the items that they have in their cart.
Shelley, on the cart button, on the PayPal cart, can you set the weight and so it can figure out the shipping for you, or it doesn't do that?
I honestly, I can't remember because it's been a while since I've been in to set all the shipping stuff, so I'd have to take a look again. Yeah. But you do have the ability to set quite a bit of things as far as like variants and stuff like that. But shipping and stuff, honestly, I can't remember. I remember you do have capability of putting shipping stuff in there, but honestly, I can't remember the specifics. So I'd have to jump back in there to see because it's been a while. But for those of you guys that have small shops, maybe 10 to 20 different t-shirt styles, you could actually build really fast a website that you could use the PayPal cart system, which means you create just a PayPal button for each of your items. You can have variants, so you can have color variants, size variants, stuff like that. But the cool thing is that once they click the button to purchase, then they have the option to purchase more than one, which is something that we don't really have with the super checkout system. The super checkout is onesies with bump cells, which doesn't work quite the same as a true cart system. So I wanted to get that cart system training out for you guys that have maybe the smaller websites, smaller stores that don't need Magento or WooCommerce, but the super checkout won't work either. So that's kind of the in-between solution is the PayPal cart system. So that will be coming out very soon. In fact, that might be a really good Tuesday night training, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Like next Tuesday would be amazing, Shelley. Just a bug in your ear, that's all.
Derek's like, do it.
I never got my blogging things, so do this. Thank you so much, Shelley.
Yes, you're so welcome. Carol, go ahead.
Yes, I click on the link that someone put, I don't know exactly whom, but it says Tuesday night training auto funnel tags. So is that specific tags or you're talking about all the tags there?
The auto funnel tags was a different type of tags. So this would be actually the email tags, the tag internals. And honestly, I don't remember when I did that training. I know I did it as a Tuesday night training, but I can't remember when.
The tag internals, I know about the tag internals, but the only thing I didn't delve into? No.
Delve into.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you. Delve into is the fact to tag people, like just adding a tag and find people, but I don't know when you could add the tag, or things like this. But auto tags,
there's so many different ways to tag people. You can tag them manually. You can tag them as they're coming into a funnel. You can tag them if they open an email. You can tag them if they click a link. You can tag them so many different ways. So we probably do need a complete training on tags and how you can really start sorting and sifting. But let me also warn you that you can get so mired down in tagging for everything that you lose track of what you're tagging them for. So you definitely want to be organized in the way that you're tagging. And one of the things that we did with the Builderall email system is we have a chart system of every single list that we have, plus all of the tags that are available, so that we know the lists, who's going to be in those lists, and then the tags that could be in any or all of those lists. And that's going to be important that you have that master list always, because you may decide, I don't know if you guys ever do this, but this is one thing that I'm guilty of, is I wake up in the morning and I'm like, all right, we're going to do a tag, and it's going to be tagged blue, because blue is my favorite color. So these are going to be my favorite people on my Builderall team, right? So I'm thinking this is going to work. And then the next day I wake up and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to create a new tag. It's going to be red. And red is the tag for all of my favorite people that are in Builderall. So I've just confused myself, because the day before I created a blue tag, and the next day I created a red tag for the same exact thing. So you have to have a system set up where you put all of your tags in a chart or something, so you can remember the tags that you have to be able to use them effectively. Okay.
Okay. I have another question about, you showed us about how you set up the name for your regular email. And you started by the month, obviously, the day and the year. Is there a way? I mean, this is the way. For example, if I need to find something that I did, a regular email that I did in a certain date, is there a way to search and find it?
Yeah, absolutely. When you go into the email area, whether you go into email campaigns or email sequences in Mailing Boss, there's a search there, so you can search by whatever you want to. And that's another reason why I do that, Kira, is because if I'm not sure about an email, but I'm like, I know I sent that out in the 5th month, I can type in a search of 05 and it will pull up everything 05, anything that has 05 in it. Or if I knew that it was a regular email, I could type in REG and it would pull in everything that has REG in it. So that to me is just my way of organizing, so I can find it better if I need to.
This is good. So how can I find how to add an email to Zapier? I create an email in Zapier, but the Google search didn't explain to me how to do that.
I did a training, but it's been a while back. It wouldn't be terribly different than it is now.
Good. So I can find out.
But it's how to use Zapier with your email. Okay. So just do a search on YouTube and just look up Builderall Zapier, and it'll probably pull it right up.
Good. And last question is, like, we talked about bringing back the community thing. Is it back or not?
No, it's not back yet. I have dropped the message, but I think it got buried in a bunch of other stuff. So we'll try to approach it again.
Okay, good. Thank you.
We'll keep hammering it at that one until we get it. Chris, go ahead.
Okay. These are questions from Enrico and Patrick.
Okay.
I need to know what tag to use that will change in the email sequence that is dependent on which subdomain is to use.
I don't think that you can relate a tag to a subdomain. A tag is going to be related to several different things. So if you have a magic funnel that you're using, which I listed several magic funnels that I have, if they come in through a certain magic funnel, I can tag them as coming in from that magic funnel so that they're identified. I can also tag a person if they open an email. I can tag a person if they don't open an email within a certain amount of time. I can tag a person if they click on a link. I can tag a person if they join a specific list. There's a bunch of things I can do, but none of them are related to the domain or subdomain unless I've created a magic funnel on that domain or subdomain and I identify it that way.
Okay, and then Patrick Kane asked, and I kind of answered this, but I'm not sure if I answered it correctly. On a 14-day trial, you can't actually be active in Mailing Boss. You can just kind of look at it.
I think that you're fully active. I think you can actually start building and sending out emails right away.
But you can't publish a website in the 14-day trial, correct?
Right. So it's going to use you're not going to be able to connect a domain at all. So yeah, so you're just going to use the default email address, which isn't going to guarantee that you get into the inbox.
Question for Kelly.
I'm sorry, Bonnie. Let me just get this last question from Derek.
Oh, but this This is about that. I'm wondering, Shelley, if you can verify an email that's like, say your email is on HostGator, for example, if your domain, can you use that email on a free program?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just, Derek is asking a question about the Asian countries with the super checkout.
Yeah, that was a tricky one, Derek, because there's a lot of countries that we wish we had more currencies integrated, and that is a slow. That's like Memphis barbecue. It's low and slow. We have to do it all low and slow because there's so much involved with finances and being able to integrate those types of things. And honestly, you can't cut corners. You can't skip procedures. There's so many laws, and I mean, I've got my MBA, and I don't know everything that you would need to know to integrate different currencies and make sure that they work across all country lines. So I know that they are constantly working on that, but the ability to integrate them quickly and easily is just not there because it's so difficult. So be patient with them. Just every once in a while, keep reminding them, and remember to really work on that patience, because I know that it's easy to say, gosh, just integrate it. That's what we need. But if it were that easy, everybody would do it, right? And it's not. It's really not that easy. So keep reminding them, have patience, and they will work on it. They'll keep working on it. Okay.
Shelley, with that being said, when you do the super checkout training, can you make sure to cover, because I don't think a lot of people know about the BitPay integration in there, about the crypto integration. So can you make sure to go over that, please? Thanks.
I don't think we have the BitPay Bitcoin yet.
Yeah, I saw it. It's in super checkout. And when you go to add that, when you go to add the payment options, like where you go to add your Stripe in your PayPal, you can choose to put your BitPay, because I already did it.
Yay! They must have just added it because I haven't seen it yet. So I'll play it. Thanks a lot, Dazzle. That means I'm going to be up all night.
You're so welcome.
Let me get Carl. Go ahead, Carl.
Got to find my mute button here because it keeps disappearing on me. Hey, let's just a couple of quick things that might be helpful here. Two right off the bat. When you said you wrote things down, we call that wireframing in the website world. So you definitely want to use whether it's I use cue cards sometimes. Sometimes I just take a 8.5 by 11 and I start scrolling each page on that.
Sticky notes on the wall.
Yeah, sticky notes can work, yes. So that's really important, and that'll give you kind of the vision. The second thing I do that's really helpful is because I've dealt with huge databases in the past. I cut my teeth in database segmentation, so seg codes is what we call them. So I kind of look at those as kind of a cousin to the tags. So if you pull out Excel, Excel's my friend, I'll have my domain, and then I'll have any seg codes I want to use. They're assigned to that domain, any tracking tags or anything. So I find that really helpful. Also, the nice thing about Excel is at the bottom, if you're not familiar with it, you can set up the different sheets or different pages. You can have them set up for either different domains or dates or whatever, and just build out a little strategy for yourself so that you don't get lost, because I'm a visual person. I think we are 57 or 60% visuals. It's important to have those details in front of you. So just thought I'd throw that in.
Yeah, and I completely agree with you, Carl. As I get deeper and deeper and deeper into building these funnels and doing upsells, downsells, left sells, right sells, upsells, I think I even built a funnel where we went back into the past and then came back into the future again. And when you're doing that, you need to have it drawn out. It needs to be clear, because I can promise you this: if you get into some of these complicated funnels, you will cry if you haven't written it out, because you get lost and you'll go, oh, what page was that again? And what is it connected to? And I just want to go to bed. So if you draw it out, you will prevent yourself from losing your mind.
One last thing I mentioned, in my former days, years ago, I had 36 feet of whiteboard in my office, and I would literally draw it out on the board and then have my staff build it, say, do that. So
Right. I think I've done a lot of some similar stuff as you, Carl, because I actually did database management and actually worked with SQL and CRISPR reports. And had lots and lots of fun pulling organized data.
So Blackbaud Razor's Edge, right? With Crystal? Or
I did, yeah. I did physician management. So I had to pull data from physicians' databases so they could get reports on, they wanted stuff other than the stock reports. So my specialty was pulling data from special reports. And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's almost like you wouldn't build a house without a blueprint.
That's exactly right, Bonnie. You hit the nail on the head.
Foundation.
Yep, you're exactly right.
Have pages of what you're doing, and take a piece of paper and just write them.
Yep, and have fun. You can do little doodlies and little smiley faces while you're doing it. Absolutely. And for those of you that have not played with Canvas yet, Canvas is a great tool to draw out your funnels, including like an opt-in funnel. An opt-in funnel we talked about is 3 pages. You've got the opt-in page, the email confirmation page, and the subscription page. There's no reason you can't go into Canvas and build the blueprint and then take a screenshot and save it. So if you haven't been into Canvas yet, please play with that and start learning how to use that, because we're getting Canvas for Cheetah. It's still a ways down the line, so I could lie to you and give you a date, but I'm not going to. But it's, you know, down the line. We're looking at probably 6 months away. But if you play in Canvas for Pixel Perfect right now, you don't have to connect the Pixel Perfect website. You can just build the blueprint and then use that image as your guide for building your actual funnel in Cheetah. So test that out and play with it, because it's actually a really neat tool. It's, to me, it's like Funnelytics, right? Except we have it right inside of our Builderall dashboard. Willie, question, comment?
I do have a question. Since you're on the inside, by how long do you think the blog will take to get out?
So whatever date that I give you, I then have to change the date because I don't know the date. So what I'm going to say is give it a month. We were saying at one point it was going to be the end of April, so now we'll just say it's going to be the end of May.
Okay.
And then you get Eric, who sits and tells me like I was going to get as a beta tester, and then on this meeting he says, oh, maybe July, and I like what?
Yeah, I know.
But today it's a beta test, so
yeah, yeah, just be patient. This is software, so you know, whatever Eric says, I'll tell you my rule of thumb is whatever Eric says, we lovingly take that and multiply it times 3, and that way we are much happier because we can push that date out. And if we get it earlier than that, we're really, really happy. If we get it about that time, we're okay because that's what we planned for. If we get it after that date, we're not as mad because we were already contemplating that we were going to have it delayed anyway. So I always take whatever he says, multiply it times 3, and you'll be a happy, happy, happy Builderall member.
Okay. If it's like a theme of a blog, can somebody tell me what kind of theme that they would like? Because I think I might have a way to get a blog into Cheetah, kind of, sort of, but I just like to know what kind of theme they would want.
What do you mean by theme? Like colors or niche or?
Like design.
Oh gosh, I'm sure that's going to vary with everybody as far as design. But right now you can get a blog in there by using the Pixel Perfect blog. You can either do a menu and then put a button to go to the blog directly, like open it in a brand new window, or you can iframe it into a Cheetah page, or you can build your blog in WordPress and then link the menu item to the WordPress blog. So there's lots of different ways that you can do it right now. So it's not impossible to build a blog on Builderall, but in just a month or 2, we'll have the blog specifically for Cheetah so that you can build it inside of Cheetah, which means that it'll be integrated with Cheetah and it will be super duper duper fast. So the other side of it is that the Pixel Perfect blog, we're supposed to be getting a tool that is built in the Pixel Perfect blog. You can import it into Cheetah. So it's not against the rules to go ahead and build in Pixel Perfect. And then when we get the Cheetah blog, you'll be able to move it over hopefully very easily because they're going to be built really similarly. Okay.
I'm working on something and I should have something by next week this time.
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, we'd be more than ready to see what you got. Fabulous. All right. Do you guys, anybody else have any burning questions? Yeah, I think I wore Chris out. He's just ready to go night-night. Mary, question?
My question is about the magic form for the magic funnel. When you went into the link funnel, you know, where you create all of your things and you have the chance to, I know you click the place where it says for the free website. Mm-hmm. There was a little button you click. If you do not click that, do you get the magic funnel on the 14-day free trial?
Yes. Yes,
You
those are the
understand
two
what
choices.
I mean?
Yeah, those are the two choices. Okay. If you uncheck it, it's the 14-day free trial. If you check it, it's the free website plan.
Okay. Okay.
Is that good?
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, thank you
You're
very
very
much.
welcome. You're so welcome. All right. Any other questions or comments or concerns, you guys? I'm an open book tonight. No? All right.
Yes.
Where are you at? Go ahead, Kara.
One question. I just had a paying customer through PayPal, and they took like 4.5% or something like this. Is it normal? Okay. Is there another way to have less percentage?
No.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
With Stripe is the same thing with any merchant?
Yeah, just about any merchant. You're not going to have a big swing in difference on the percentage, the processing fees that they pull. It's not going to be a huge difference. There'll be small differences, but not a huge difference. Carl, go ahead.
Yeah, real quick, I just want to speak to that. I've used Stripe, PayPal, I've used Authorized Net, etc. Here's the interesting thing: when you start using Authorized Net and these other companies, they'll charge you extra little fees, such as international fraud fees, things like that. So those rates can really add up fast. So although PayPal might look like it's charging a bigger fee, when you start actually adding up, for example, Authorized.net will charge you a monthly fee, plus they'll charge you a percentage. And so you really got to look at the paperwork really closely and see, you're comparing apples to apples. So that's I just wanted to comment.
Yeah,
on that. So
I
watch
totally
it very
agree.
carefully.
And if they don't get you on this, they'll get you on that. There's just not, the biggest thing about PayPal is that I too have been caught in that trap where PayPal shut down my account, and I've done nothing nefarious, you guys. I am not a nefarious person. But they shut down my account and said they were reviewing my account for whatever reason. And I had, honestly, I can't remember how much money I had in there, but it was something like $20,000 or $30,000. So I was looking at that money frozen where I couldn't touch it and didn't even know if I was going to be able to touch it at all while they did whatever review they were doing. Now, luckily, it was like 60 or 90 days later, they released my account and I was able to get that money. But I was one of the lucky ones. I've heard them freezing accounts before, where they froze the account, did the review, and decided there was something nefarious going on, and they just kept the money. So PayPal is one of those that when I get money in, I get money out. I never let money sit in PayPal anymore. Stripe is another story. I do my business with my Shopify store with Stripe, and I can let money sit in there as long as I need to. I can pull it out. I've never worried about Stripe taking my money. But with PayPal, dude, I get $5 in, $5 is coming out. I'm not going to let it sit for any amount of time in PayPal because I do not want them to take my money or freeze my money or make it seem. I'm going to tell you, those months were the scariest months, I think, of my entire life because I had that much money tied up. I could not pay any bills with that money. I could not do anything with that money. It was just sitting there. Like I said, though, luckily Stripe doesn't do that. So I had money rolling there so that I could keep my cash flow going. But I can't imagine if I operated from hand to mouth with my business, that would have just stopped me in my tracks for sure.
So another question for you. Thank you very much for all this, Carl and Shelly. Very, very interesting. Another question. I know that you said at one point that you had all that set up like an automation with QuickBooks.
Yeah, I use a program called 17 Hats.
Oh, this is what you use. Okay, 17.
Yeah, it's a lovely program, y'all. It just, it makes my life so good, so good. Because I can set up workflows. So when I get a customer and I have a whole series of contracts that I send out a scope of service, a contract, and all of it's automated. So I can start the process of automation and it will send out my scope of service. And it has e-signature so they can e-sign it and send it in, and that triggers the next thing to go out. And I can say, okay, we're ready, go ahead and send out the contract, and it sends out the contract. And everything is automated in the system. So I have to do very little to actually manage the process, because I know if I'm doing an app for someone, I know everything I want to go forward with the app process. So the scope of service, the contract, when they're going to pay me the first payment, when the next payment is due, everything is timed out, everything. So 17 Hats, I don't think it's very expensive for what you get, but I was really lucky and they came out with a lifetime access. So I think I paid about $1,000 and I got lifetime access to 17 Hats, and it integrates with QuickBooks. So I can send all of that into QuickBooks and have it organized really quickly. So everything I can do through them, and it is actually painless and very easy.
Yes, actually people are paying you through Stripe or PayPal, and then with 17 Hats, you can send that to QuickBooks. You don't even...
Yeah. I can create invoices right through 17 Hats. I mean, it handles everything. It handles, if I buy something on credit card, I can put it in there. If I pay for something or have a monthly fee for something, I can say, I paid this much monthly for this product and put it into 17 Hats, and it will roll it every time as an expense. And then it ships all that into QuickBooks. So then I bring it out and take it in to do taxes. Yeah, it's fabulous. Plus invoicing. So when I'm invoicing people, it creates the invoices for me. I just tell them what I want on the invoice, and then every single month it kicks it out. It will remind them if they don't pay it. There's a lot of things that it does that is absolutely fabulous. So that's one of the advanced trainings that I'd really like to do is on 17 hats, because I will absolutely blow your mind with what I've set up with 17 hats.
So I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, it's really good. Really, really good.
I am too. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Is it?
I didn't think it was that expensive, but I don't have to pay for it anymore either, because I'm about the lifetime.
$25 a month or $300 for the year.
Oh, well, yeah, for what it does though, honestly, for me, man, I'd pay triple that for sure. Yeah, it's really good. Really, really good. But any other questions, you guys?
How did you find it?
Honestly, I don't remember.
No,
I've had it forever.
Could someone send
I've been building websites and mobile apps for years. I mean, way back when I was a teacher, actually. So, and that was way before my amputation. The amputation was 6 years ago. So I've been doing it for probably 10 years at least. And so I honestly don't remember how I found it, but I was paying monthly for it and loving it anyway. But I think usually about every Christmas time, they come out with a lifetime version. And I got the lifetime for me about 3 years ago. It was about $1,000. And when I added it up, Bonnie's right, it's about $300 a year. So I thought that would be 3 years worth of 17 hats. And anything after that, I would be to the positive, to the good. And there's definitely no reason I'm going to be switching, because I love 17 hats. So it made sense for me to invest that $1,000 to get lifetime. So for you guys, if you're interested in 17 hats, look at it at the monthly or yearly price. But then if the thing rolls around again in December where they offer lifetime, seriously look at it, because it is a very, very powerful, super powerful tool.
How do you get it? I cannot find it.
The number 1717 and hats, HATS.
Oh, hats. I was hacks.
As in hacks. like it has all the hacks of your business. So it keeps track of your the money part of it. It keeps track of your invoices. It keeps track of your payments. It keeps track of your contracts. It keeps track of your workflows. I mean, it does everything. Anything that you need to manage your business money-wise, it does that plus more. Yeah, go ahead, Carl.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, the last point, I do want Chris to go to bed, so I just thought I'd make this point. I'm actually applying as well. I know you might want to mention that the Builderall is hiring, and I'm going to apply for that. I'm pretty excited about it. And out of that, I'm actually going to do a 5 fundamentals to SEO optimization on Builderall websites, and I'm actually going to post it. Regardless of what happens, I've always wanted to do that since I've been involved with Builderall, all of 2 or 3 weeks now. But I just want to take some of that knowledge and just share it with the community.
That's
and
fabulous.
Post it on
And
very nice, very nice.
Somebody was asking about that just the other day, Carl. So that would be adding so much value into the group.
Yeah, it's going to be mind blowing, because I paid just a quick aside here. I paid $28,000 over a period of 18 months to learn some of these things, and I know that Google is always changing stuff, but this stuff is timeless, and it's always going to be there. And one of the biggest questions I have seen throughout the forum or throughout the different groups, people were asking, well, how do you optimize this? How do you optimize that? And there's the 5th point is really cool. I'm going to keep you in suspense, because I know that most SEO instruction is not teaching this. It is actually how to optimize an image. And I'm not talking about the file size for loading page for speed on pages. I'm talking about the image itself. So I'm going to get right into that too as well. And it's all free.
Great. That's so great. And honestly, I see those questions and I have answers, but it is so difficult to, it's not a just type in a sentence and that's the answer. For SEO, it's you have to keep building. It's a building thing, not a quick answer thing. Yeah. So that'll be valuable, very valuable for sure. We would love it. Chris, question, comment? Are you ready to go to bed? Well, I've got 2 more hours of training to go. Are you not going to stay? All right, you guys, I will let you go. Thank you so much for being here again tonight. You guys are awesome. You guys are definitely troopers. You're here till the bitter end for sure.
Kelly.
But I will see you next week, and we'll have some more training. We'll definitely make sure to get some tag training in there, some PayPal cart system training in there. That's going to be a good one. And I'll put some more on the list too that we can get pulled out for you guys. If you have any suggestions, please message me. I always take those into account and kind of look at the buzz of what's happening on the Facebook group so we can get some good training to everybody. But until then, make sure that you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Don't forget to go to TikTok and follow me on TikTok. I'm at tiktok.com/ and the @ Builderall Diva. So you can't miss me, right? Just look for Builderall Diva. Frankie?
I got to get one in, Shelly.
Girl.
I went to TikTok. I logged in. I signed up for an account. But what I did not see was the button to follow you. I saw where your followers were and all of that, but not a specific button where I could follow you. So tell me how.
It should be a great big red button. It's like really obvious.
No,
So
it was not on that page.
That's
and
so
I
cute.
saw all of your videos.
And I'm adorable, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good answer. Good answer. Yeah, send me your profile and I'll check it out. And I'll see if you're following me. And I can see if you're following me. And then I'll make sure to follow you. And then let's do a video together.
Okay, thank you.
I want to make one comment to all of y'all out there. Share all of Shelly's TikToks, your page. I'm sharing it on mine. Share it. I don't know if I'm gonna be on TikTok, but I will support anybody. Just send me your TikToks. I'll like it, subscribe to it, share it. Hey, do whatever.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Willie. I really do appreciate you guys. And honestly, I've had so much fun with TikTok. And if you haven't seen the video yet of me smacking the girl and her falling, please check that one out. That was an epic fall. She did so well. I mean, all I did was smack her, but she did that. It is so good. You guys will giggle. And it's a good tummy giggle, right? Like, that was funny. So check it out because I've watched it. I think there's 3,000 views. I probably watched it 2,999 times. It is absolutely hilarious. So check that one out. You will love that one. But until then, you guys, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I will see you all over the internet. There it is right there, Derek. Awesome. Woohoo. But I'll see you guys all over the internet. Have a great night. And don't forget to build something amazing with Builderall. Bye, you guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for being here, Roberta.
Yep. Good to be here.
Bye, you guys.
Look, hey, they designed a platform for you all. What you want, what you need is Builderall. Build it up, we just answering your call. We're the one-stop shop if your back's against the wall. Yeah, you're a Builderall rock star. Hey, you can build it all, go hard. Sign up and you'll see we got it all. We're the one-stop shop if your back's against the wall. Look, if you're trying to build the name of your brand, came with a plan, get your name in demand. With Builderall, you can save your day in advance. Keep the apps automated so you barely need to glance. Listen, think of all the power that you hold. It's a new globe, everyone is grabbing for their phones. Imagine the control, build your passion on your own. And the more that you connect, the more attraction they will show. Not only a sales funnel, look, this is more advanced. This will help you compete, but have the upper hand. Keep your products in demand. It's all in one spot. You don't have to calculate and feel afraid with your thoughts. Automate your response. Drag and drop your site or click map your fans, see the pages they like, or use the video wrap or capture they sites. Design your own app from scratch, just how you like. Yeah, they designed a platform for you all. What you want, what you need is Builderall. Build it up, we just answering your call. We're the one-stop shop if your back's against the wall. Yeah, you're a Builderall rock star. Hey, you can build it all, go hard. Sign up and you'll see we got it all. We're the one-stop shop if your back's against the wall. Design with y'all in mind, let entrepreneurs shine. Tired of the 9 to 5, you starting your own grind, and it's alright. They got the tools you need. The connection they designed is truly unique. Never been able to express my views with ease. I move, release, double click, and ooh, I'm pleased. My clients as well, tired of the hoops and leaps. Too many things in the way of my truth and dreams. A Builderall rock star is what you really are. Tune in on the internet will make you a star. You don't need to study hard, all it takes is a start. Work every day and move higher till you way off chart. Stay on, never sleep on none of the apps. It's a free sign up just so you know in advance. Builderall's for the legends, nothing's holding you back. You got the tools and the plan, you can stay on track. Believe that. They designed a platform for you all. What you want, what you need is Builderall. Build it up, we just answering your call. We're the one-stop shop if your back's against the wall. Yeah, you're a Builderall rock star. Hey, you can build it all, go hard. Sign up and you'll see we got it all. We're the one-stop shop if your back's against the wall.